Good evening, and welcome to the first part of our Halloween special, the Collect Call of Cthulhu. It is said the oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear, and the oldest and strongest kind of fear is the fear of the unknown. There is more to this world than what is perceived. Humanity, in its hustle and bustle, working towards a brighter future, live in fear of things they cannot begin to perceive or fathom. But every so often, they get that fight or flight feeling. The hair on the back of their necks stand up. Because lurking in their minds and the darkest shadows of the world are beings and entities as old as time. From different planes of existence, from the stars, and from the depths of our seas. Primordial creatures that pay no mind to insignificant mortals. But the ones who do delight in tormenting those unlucky enough to discover them, destroying their minds with only their nature. These are the tales of just such unfortunate mortals. It is Arkham in the 1920s. The large Gothic-styled city is bustling with people, hurrying about their day. It is a cool, crisp morning, and our tale begins at the Arkham Times, at the local newspaper. Larissa, still getting used to the names. You are called into the office of your editor-in-chief, Howard Crawford. He is the editor-in-chief of the Arkham Times, and he tells you, you've got a story to cover. Just freshly in. You can thank me later. Your partner's on some personal leave at the moment, so you'll have to cover this one yourself. You will have help, however, as this has been deemed of importance to the Antique Society, who are sending people from Miskatonic University, and some experts on occult mumbo-jumbo from London.
Oh, that sounds interesting. What exactly do you want me to do?
And he says, the job is easy. Just go to the museum, the Arkham Historical Society. They're about to open a new exhibit called Curiosities of the Occult. Go there and interview the curator, Bernard Levachet, about the opening. Cover a few of the more interesting pieces they have, take photos, and please, be sure to be detailed in your writing.
I will. When is the appointment?
The curator will be expecting you around 7 p.m. When you arrive, he'll give you a press badge.
What time is it right now?
Right now, it's probably about 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay. Alright, I got it. Is there anything else?
And he says, well, this could be our big story, so just make sure to use that magic writing of yours.
I'll make sure that this will be a hit.
Meanwhile, over at Miskatonic University. Second.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The junior researchers are speaking to Dr. Francis Morgan, the lead archaeology professor. This new exhibit is of great interest to us as archaeologists. They only have a very basic idea of what they have there. We can study the relics and hopefully learn the full scope of their importance. I've already spoken to Bernard Levachet. He's the curator, and he'll be greeting you at the front around 7 o'clock p.m. You'll be grouped with several others, one being an up-and-coming journalist for the Arkham Times. And he is talking to... Sorry, I hit my mic. He is speaking to Vadim. And... Julius, what is your character's name?
Peter Park.
Peter Park, okay. Yeah, he is speaking to Vadim and Peter Park. Two of his higher regarded junior researchers.
Well, if I'm highly regarded, that must mean that something's wrong here. So I guess that that will be that. Thank you very much for informing me.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
He says, be sure to be prompt and arrive by 7 p.m. Once the opening is over at 9, the curator will take you and the journalist to their research center in the back to inspect the items. Take as many notes as you can, and photographs as well. See if you can find out what, if any, special properties these relics might have.
Speaking of which, do we have a camera?
You do, yes.
Okay, if my character sheet would load.
Yeah, one of you can put a camera in your inventory.
I'll put it in. Or do you want to put it in yours?
That's fine. You can take it.
Alrighty.
Peter will respond with an enthusiastic, "Hi, yes, sir."
And he says, I know I can count on the two of you.
I will do my best. Thank you, sir.
I will do my best as well.
And
Shall
he hands
we
you.
continue?
What's that?
Oh, he's just saying, shall we continue our work? Mr. Vadim.
Yes. Da.
Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Oswald and Raymond, the two occult experts from London, have arrived. And are you staying at a hotel or are you renting out a place?
I believe we're
within the city?
renting a place.
Yeah, nah, we got a nice spot, not too far outside of town, but like just enough so we're not like in the heat of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
Rented ourselves probably a pretty nice car, not nothing too fancy, but you know like a little bit better than.
And when we say we rented a car, he means he rented a car.
Yeah, nah, it's
I was
both of us.
present.
We were hey, we're a team, okay. But yes, I paid for it. Yeah, so we're probably getting ready or heading over wherever.
Yeah. Your invitations arrived in the mail probably yesterday to take part within the new exhibit opening. Also,
I told you there was something here. You didn't believe
also
me.
with the invitations.
I was spectacle, yes.
Also with the invitations was a letter of instruction from your superiors at the Crowley Institute.
Could you read this letter out again? I can't quite make heads or tails of it.
Yeah, come. You focus this time.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it again.
It's like I'm reading halfway through or something.
That's fine. Alright, it says this.
And it says, we know these people have something. Be sure to go look it over and make sure that it's not dangerous. We don't want anything that important falling into these dumb Yanks' hands.
Subterfuge.
Is that a direct reading of it, or is that an interpret?
It's not like verbatim, but that's the general gist of.
I
letter.
definitely before it was like enemy, and I said these dumb fucking Yanks.
So,
Ryan, you just say so. That clears you up.
So just remember, if it is important, we have to keep it quiet.
All right, I'll do my best.
Quiet.
Quiet. I know I'm not very good at it usually. We all remember last time, but I'll be on my best behaviour.
Yes, please do.
Okay.
So you guys roughly have about 4 to 5 hours to kill before the exhibit opening is supposed to happen. For those of you that are at work, you would have to go home, get ready, dress up as nice or, not nice as you would wish to, depending on your taste. So we'll say that you put in your time at your jobs, and clock out around 5 o'clock or so, get home with a couple hours to get ready for the museum exhibit opening.
Alrighty.
We arrive very early.
Do we have to set off already?
Yeah, obviously, we need to make sure we are the first ones to get to look at this.
Well, they're like,
Jeez.
well, they're there. I'm just sitting in the corner, like, hi. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not there yet.
I'd hope you're not at our apartment as we're
Yeah, I guess we're having this conversation at home.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were having this conversation outside the museum.
Research is broken in.
So,
Just local cryptid.
We make sure we set off and are like at least an hour, maybe a little bit more early to the
Okay.
museum.
So you have been told that this opening is more or less a pre-opening for more of like the higher class, like super rich within Arkham. So knowing this, would you guys like to describe the wear that you're going to be wearing tonight for the festivities?
Absolutely. So Oswald has himself a very clean, pristine, slate black tuxedo. Nice white pocket square lined up perfectly, tie exactly in place. No headwear, no glasses or hats or anything, but he's got no matter what, he's got his satchel. Very simple, very plain, darker gray, not black, so it kind of clashes with the suit, but very clean, very put together, and did his best with Raymond, but
I was just about to say, because I don't think Raymond is very suited to this kind of occasion, I'm gonna let Ollie decide what I'm wearing.
yeah, no. So when we arrived, I discovered that he didn't have anything, so I made sure we went to a tailor. So I did the best that we could with the short time we had. We were already probably down here researching something, so we had a couple days with this. 1 day's notice. He probably has something very similar, a suit jacket that's just like 1 or 2 sizes too small. Comes up a little short on the wrists, so his shirt sleeves tuck out. His white shirt, he's got a perfectly sized white button shirt, but everything else is just like a little bit too small.
Just like a little too tight on the arms.
Yeah, and then his he's got his pair. He's got a pretty alright pair of Oxfords. But he's got like a hole starting to form on like the left foot. It's not quite a hole, so you can't really get rid of them yet. And his
They're right on that cusp.
Yeah, ties like nice and straight and perfect, and then it was probably too tight, so you loosened it. Now it's crooked.
Yeah. So you didn't fall nice. I'm like, yeah. Weird.
Just very, very big, very awkward, but very lovable.
Okay. Who would like to go next?
I am going to say to Peter Park,
Yes.
Towarzyszu, I think that we should go to the museum a bit early.
Well, why do you say that?
Because we have to walk.
Ah, very, very true. Let me just get my my daisho, so I can present it in the museum, if you don't mind.
I don't mind at all.
One moment, please. Please.
Also, I apologize if I butcher any Russian pronunciations.
Don't you dare apologize. You keep fucking up that accent. I love both of you for this. Keep
You
going.
magnificent bastard, Teal.
You're goddamn right.
Sorry, where are we currently? Are we at Vadim's place or?
Currently, I would say that you guys probably clocked out for the day and are now at your residence.
Are we like sharing a residence or? Is that how for the?
Well, I live
is
in
that
a
how it works?
dorm.
Okay, that's fair. I guess we're like roommates or something.
It's a very nice dorm.
Yeah, because if you're going
That's
there
okay.
too, chances are you're probably staying in a dorm as well.
All
You
right.
guys, like, could be roommates.
Yeah, okay. All right, so he just goes inside, gets his set of swords back from home. They're covered in a nice silk, and he proceeds to dress himself up. Nothing too fancy, just enough things that he could afford at that time. Just a dress shirt, a blazer, a little tie, just enough to be presentable. And he's got his hair slicked back with the finest oils. And he's always got, a cigarette in hand just in case. That's about
You
him.
never know when
Is
you
it
might
lit?
Peter Park.
Is it lit?
It depends. If,
All right.
depends on the situation.
That question will be asked more. Don't you worry.
Vadim is wearing his nice like Russian button-up shirt with a nice like collared white shirt underneath.
For those of
and
us who
a-
are dumb, what's a Russian button-up shirt?
It's a
I
normal
actually don't
button-up
know that.
shirt, but it's Russian.
We're on
Fair enough.
full
All right, no,
One
I
half's
respect it.
blue, the other half's like.
It smells like vodka.
It smells like vodka,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's what you wash it in instead of detergent.
But he's wearing nice like dress pants, and he has his cane, his signature cane. He doesn't have a walking problem. He just has a cane.
Got it.
He,
Yeah.
he just thinks it makes him look cooler.
Yeah,
He's gotta be
it's
that
more
Wears it more than he
profound.
walks with it.
It makes them look more educated.
Yes.
Educated, yep.
And Larissa, what will you be wearing to the museum?
I will be wearing a black dress that, covers the shoulders and goes over the knees, and with ballerina shoes that are also black, and a backpack with camera and a baseball bat in it.
Sorry, I laughed way too loud there.
Sticking out
Fair
of the
enough.
bag.
It's a rough time to be a woman. That's fair.
Yeah. And the notebook is always in her hand, and the pen too. For emergencies.
Okay.
The notebook and pen are for emergencies. The baseball bat is every day.
Yeah.
I don't know, for emergency, in case something happens, it needs to be written down, and baseball bat is just for self-defense.
That's just there. Don't worry about the bat.
Yeah.
The bat's there.
And the knife pen is also there.
Why do you have a knife pen?
Because I'm a woman in 1930s.
The
Tony.
notepad is for emergencies. The baseball bat is an
You could've
occupational
just
hazard.
stopped that phrase after your woman. Good there.
So
True.
Raymond and Oswald, you said that you will be arriving to the museum about an hour early.
Yes, as
Indeed.
just early enough to be a nuisance, but for us, we're
Yeah.
doing our due diligence.
Okay.
For
It's
you,
like,
you're
oh,
doing
wow.
your due diligence. For me, it's annoying.
Yes, that's true. That too.
I
I drag you around everywhere. It's fine.
Yeah, but like,
So yeah,
You never know
persuaded
what time
easily.
we're supposed to be anywhere.
you guys arrive at the museum. It's still pretty early. There is a somewhat of a line forming out front, and there's people who are dressed very nicely, and they're just kind of standing there chatting. Some smoking cigarettes. And you see that the doors to the museum are currently closed. It's
We walk. Yep. Go on. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. It's basically coming from the street where you park at, you would walk up a very large set of stairs going up to the front of the museum. There's a central door on the building, and then two other doors off to the side, and those have been blocked off.
Nice.
No.
So everyone's lining up at the big one. Are there guards placed at the side doors?
There are a couple security guards, yeah.
Security guards. So I'd see everyone lining up at the front door, and
Mhm.
I'd look up to Raymond, and I'd be like, all right. And I'd look at the side door and approach one of the guards over on the side door.
I follow.
Okay. You approach, and the guard looks at you and says, "Back of the lines over there, buddy."
And I wave my hands at him as I approach, oh, hello, gentlemen, hello. My apologies, I don't think you understand. We've been personally invited by Mr. Bernard Levachet of the museum here, and we have been instructed to see him very quickly and make sure that we get in ahead of the rabble here. I'm sure you weren't made aware; it's complete understanding, but I just wanted to make sure, and I'd pull out the invitation. I'd be like, if you need to see this, of course, it's right here, but
Okay. Roll persuade.
I'd love to.
It'll be on the far right, just above pilot skills.
I need to scroll down so that you guys can actually see.
The ever useful pilot skills.
Okay, so you say this to the museum guard, and he looks at one of the other ones standing next to him and says, "Go fetch Mr. Levachet and tell him that one of his guests have arrived." And
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you.
Does,
And the
very much
and
appreciate.
the other guard, really without a word, just kind of enters into the building, and you see him go in and like walk up a set of stairs.
Um,
Kind of like elbows Raymond, gives him a wink.
do Vadim and or Peter Park have invitation, or are we just gonna have to wait in line?
You guys are
no.
like in the middle of the line during this shit.
No, you guys have an invitation too.
Alrighty, okay.
It was given to you by your professor.
Do
was
I have
just
an
assuming that
invitation?
Everyone had an invitation. Like
Mm.
everyone in that line had an invitation.
Yeah.
It's just that
I forgot to ask, what's our professor's name?
What's that?
What was our professor's name?
Dr. Francis something.
Yeah,
Dr.
it is
Francis.
Dr. Francis Morgan.
Dr. Francis
Morgan.
Morgan. I should probably write that down.
What's my
And,
boss name?
Your boss's name is
Okay.
Howard Crawford.
So wait, Francis Morgan.
I was gonna ask, what's my boss's name, but it's Oswald.
Dr. Francis Morgan.
Oh, a doctor, not just Morgan. No, okay, I'm just kidding.
And then Larissa, yours is Howard Crawford.
Okay,
Catch that.
I did.
But yeah, when they were talking to you, they gave you invitations. It's not so much that you need an invitation to get in, as you're there, as part of the press. So you just have to arrive at the time you're supposed to be there, and Mr. Levachet was going to meet you out front and like bring you in and give you press badges.
Okay, nice.
Okay, so the guard shortly returns, and following down the stairs with him is it's an older man. He's probably about 50 years old. White hair with like kind of a bald spot at the very front. Clean shaven, dressed in a very nice like tuxedo. And he walks out and says, "Yes, excuse me. May I help you?"
Yes, of course. We have come from London with the Crowley Institute, and we received your invitation during our study here, and we just wanted to extend our greetings and thank you for the invitation. He just kind of stands there expectantly looking at him with really wide eyes.
And he says, "Yes, yes, of course. It's our pleasure to have anyone from over the pond come and look at the authenticity of our items."
His left eye twitches just a little bit.
And he
I
says,
inhaled deeply for a moment.
"Being from the Crowley Institute, I feel like the two of you will truly appreciate what we have on display tonight."
Yes, I do thank you. And,
And,
of course, nods as he goes to speak.
And he reaches into his coat and pulls out two like paper badges on a necklace and hands them to you and says, "The event doesn't start until 7, but I can give you your press badges now, and I'll be back at 7 to collect you when the opening has begun."
He puts on his badge and then like looks up at Raymond and like kind of like gestures for him to come down.
Raymond's just kind of holding his bench, just like leans down.
And Oswald goes, puts it on for him, makes sure it's straight, sees his tie is loose, straightens his tie back up, pats him on the shoulder, turns around.
Thank you.
Of course, and turns back. Now, sir, if possible, I know it doesn't start until 7, but might we get a little peek? We have come quite some ways. Just so not too much, but just maybe a taste, mayhaps.
Roll persuade again.
Oh my God!
And he looks at you and
wow.
says, "My good sir, I do appreciate your enthusiasm, but this night is not catered simply for you. It's for everyone you see." He says, "Don't worry though. The event will be opening within the hour, so you won't have long to wait."
I'm gonna ask a quick question.
What's up?
I read a little something about pushing a roll. Where you can
About
do
what?
something for extra consequences, pushing a roll.
Yeah, you can. what is it you're trying to do?
Convince him to let us come in before everyone. I read it about it. I don't really understand what the concept of pushing. I want to make sure I'm using it right. I don't want to like force it if it's not supposed to be used like this, you know?
Yeah.
How's that work?
I'll tell you what. On the roll options, go to hard and roll persuade again.
Hard. All right.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my god!
Okay.
Oh, rough.
Look at that.
Despite your
It's like, now, sir, I do understand, but we have come quite some way for this. There's really nothing you could do here, truly.
and he says, "I'm afraid not. This is completely out of my hands. You see."
No, I understand. Yes, red tape and all that. Of course, of course. Oh, you say you'd come to collect us, so right here then? Or where should we wait?
Yes, just make yourself comfortable out here, and when the event begins, I'll come and collect you and the rest of the group.
Of course, of course. Oh, well, and then he, like, reaches in and pulls out this, like, fucking glistening pocket watch. Like, mostly gold, but, like, shit that you wouldn't even recognize. He just looks at it, clicks it open, and it's just like, oh, well, then, with that kind of time, we might just go grab us a pint. That's okay. We will be back, though, just in time. We look forward to seeing your discovery, sir.
And
I can't
he,
stop
claps,
laughing.
and he like claps his hands together and says, "Excellent, excellent. I will see you then." And he's
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Oh,
Pleasure it's been, thank you.
I'm pretty sure like 3 out of 5 of us have a pocket watch.
Don't worry about it.
have a what? Oh, a pocket watch.
Pocket watch.
Pocket watches are useful.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
but
popular
mine's the
back then.
best one. That's the only thing that matters.
Mine's the best Pokemon card.
Mine's shiny. Reverse Hollow Charizard, $300. Sorry. Flashbacks.
As we start to walk away, Raymond kind of leans down and says, "You know, you've really got away with words."
Yeah, I try, but these fucking idiots. And he like kicks the dirt a
I
little bit as
know.
they walk down the street. Across the pond. What
The
the
cheek
fuck?
of some people. Do you know, I did hear you say we might go get a pint though.
It's not a mite. We're grabbing a pint. I can't be sober for this.
Whew. I do like your talk.
And then we go find us a bar that's not too far.
Okay,
Or a
so
pub, as we would prefer.
Yeah, sorry. Broke character. My immersion.
How dare you!
roll a spot hidden.
I
Oh,
can't
I'm
help
still
but
on
think
hard.
that-
No, I'm still on hard.
Yeah,
I'm still
just
hard.
on regular. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
I can't help but think that spot
Oh,
hidden.
these rolls.
Can I also go ahead and do it?
Oh, jeez.
That's not
Not
one.
right.
That's very low, though.
What is that?
You rolled a
That's
D100.
terrible.
Why isn't it showing like that?
Am I pressing the button wrong?
I mean, you should just be able to click the name and.
I
That's
mean,
what
he still rolled a 20. What's your spot hidden? You can just do that.
Mine's 25.
Okay,
It's a
so yeah.
success.
Nice.
So for
Um,
once, I'm just too pissed off at this fucking idiot researcher.
Okay, yeah. So, you may not find a pub, but Raymond, with his keen Alka sense, can sniff it out a mile away, and he just says, "This way," and begins like dragging you like around the corner.
I found a bar. He found a pub. That's
No,
what happens.
not this kind of establishment. I saw a place on the way past.
There's alcohol. What's the problem?
Look, if you want a drink, you've got to find a nice place.
Okay.
I saw a place when we were coming over.
All right. You do have a
Come on,
sense for these
Stanny.
things.
And Raymond leads you off to where he saw the pub.
Now look at this.
Vadim and Peter Park. You guys are finishing getting ready, I assume.
Yep.
Yep.
You guys said that you have to walk, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
probably safe to assume like you'd probably leave like an hour early to get there on time.
Yeah, we probably
Yeah.
left like an hour early.
Okay, so yeah, we'll say that you leave your place and begin making your way towards the Arkham Historical Society.
Okay. How does the city or the town look as we're walking through it?
So the town itself, it is mostly like a Gothic architecture. The weather currently right now, it seems a bit chilly, and kind of like a coastal fog is rolling in. It seems like as the sun is like setting down. So it seems like there's going to be a bit of fog tonight on the forecast. There are people like driving cars in the streets. The sidewalks are also still bustling with people who have either just gotten out of work or stopped by the pub on their way home and have now begun to head back to their abodes.
Okay.
All of the
Sorry, I'm
buildings
testing
are
something.
pretty much like they're like brickwork or stonework. There isn't really a lot of like wooden houses around. These are all mostly larger brick or stone buildings. A lot of like apartment complexes, very elegant, almost castle-looking buildings for different places, City Hall and things of that nature.
While we're walking, can I get a more detailed description on what Peter's wearing? Because I wasn't exactly
Oh yeah, sure.
listening.
You're in standby.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got like an average guy's suit, not too fancy. It's well fitted. It's more on the darker of the gray shades. He's got a tie, matching tie. His hair slicked back with, I guess, the finest oils. He's got thick bushy eyebrows. He's always got a cigarette in his in between his index finger and middle finger, always ready to light it up.
Always,
And-
even in dire situations, he's not letting go of that
Always.
cigarette.
Always, of course.
Just wait till
And,
shit hits the fan.
Yeah, I need it. And on he's clutching his daisho, his set of ancestral swords from back home, wrapped in a fine silk in his left hand. And I guess that's it. Yeah,
Whoops.
he's average sized, I guess, for the time.
You aren't-
Clean
you aren't
shoes,
insane
nice.
Mm-hmm. Darn, I'm insane now. Okay. So, Vadim asks, we are, what do we do when we get there? I know what we're doing, but like, do we just talk to like one of the security guards? Do we wait in line or what?
I believe Sir Morgan gave us some of these badges. I don't know what you call them here, but I believe we just go in.
Okay.
Yeah, so you weren't basically your boss told you that you would show up at 7 and there would be the curator outside waiting for you to give you your press badges.
Okay.
So to just arrive out front of the museum at 7 and he would find you.
Okay.
So when we arrive, I walk up front and ask one of the security guards, we have this invitation from the what's his face?
Yeah, Dr. Francis Morgan.
From
Dr.
Dr. Francis Morgan. And I was wondering if we were supposed to wait in line or if we just walk in with this.
And you're asking one of the security guards this?
Yeah.
Okay. He says, well, if you're friends of, or if you've been invited by Mr. Levachet, then he should be out momentarily to collect the personal people that he's invited.
Alrighty. Thank you very much. Privet.
And you see that the line outside of the museum is quite long now. It's going basically from the front door down the stairs and kind of down the sidewalk.
Wow,
And
that's
it's people like in very nice clothes. There's women in like very fine like silk dresses and like fur scarves. Very, very nice like diamond and sapphire jewelry.
Peter turns and whispers to, or no, Vadim turns and whispers to Peter, I think I need to step up my game. That is the
I think
correct
you-
expression, correct?
step up your game. Yes, that sounds. I've heard of that before. I think we're right. And he also responds, looking at all of these people remind me of back home, all the silk and the fine dresses. They call it matsuri. What about your land?
Well, in my land it was more poor. I was one of the more upperclassmen.
Oh, I see.
However, during the Russian Revolution, my family
Mhm.
sort of got thrown from power, and I had to flee the country.
I understand. I feel the same way. My father threw me out. Said I took too much from the or took after too much of the Yankees back here, and now here we are. But I admire the West and admire as well as the Russians, you people, for your osake. Perhaps we should have a drink. What do you say, old pal?
I think that sounds like a good idea.
Well then.
And he like takes out his pocket watch and flicks it open and then looks at it with an almost sad expression and then closes it and then puts it back in his pocket.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say it was like a flask or something.
No.
Like pull it out, and, like pop the cover on, and like take a swig out of it.
No. It's
I thought you were
it's
gonna say
a
flicks out his
antique
pocket watch, which is definitely cooler than the other guys.
Like super sneaky prohibition flask.
He pulls this one out, and it's like a good pocket watch, but compared to mine, it's just like
No, it's a pocket watch, but it's got a cap on the back. And he unscrews it, and it's actually a flap.
it's a secret flask. Oh my god!
My
Secret
pocket
flash
watch isn't
watch.
as shiny as yours, I'd say, but it's like it's definitely more. It's weathered,
Russian.
but like no, it's not even Russian. It's more Spanish.
Oh, cool. Does Peter Park notice that he looks sad?
What's that?
Does Peter Park notice that he looks sad?
Let's see. Roll a. 1 second.
Spot hidden.
I guess psychoanalogy.
The psychoanalysis.
Psychoanalysis. Yeah.
Definitely not.
You think, Corren, or what do you think?
I actually think that it would be I can't remember where it is, but there's there's one in here. I don't listen. It's listen.
Oh, listen. Okay.
You for a visual thing though.
Maybe not. Maybe spot hidden then.
Are you trying
Okay,
to
yeah.
hide
Well, I
your
mean, so here's the thing. If you want to go specifically, are you analyzing his face, or are you trying to figure out how he's feeling?
I
Trying to
guess
figure out how
trying to figure out how he's feeling.
Psychoanalysis.
Okay. Definitely not then.
Oh, okay. Yeah. No.
1.
Okay. Yeah. No. I mean, you just look over and see your good old buddy Vadim.
2
Nothing.
foreigners in a land that neither of them are native to.
Are any of us native to America?
No, we're an all non-American party. I love it.
It's perfect.
We all hate this country. It's
It
great.
was like, we're playing Call of Cthulhu. We're all like, yeah. It was like, we've got to play Americas.
No.
No Americans.
Larissa, when you leave your apartment, do you have a car? Or
Considering my pay, probably not.
okay, so you can either like call a cab or like walk. It's your choice.
Unless you have a push bike.
Considering I'm German, I'm going to walk, saving money and all. Stereotypes.
Okay,
You just
so yeah,
walk
we'll
down the
say-
street with a bat in your fucking hand.
right.
Not in my backpack. However, I do have a knife in my hand, but no one knows that.
I mean, that could get you a cab for cheaper.
Oh, by the way,
okay.
would like to remind everyone, when you fail a check, make sure to click the little box by its side so that you can remember that you failed that check, and so that you can add something to it later.
Yeah, the gold button next to it.
Good to know.
Good job, Corren. I forgot about that.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I think at the end of the session you get 1d10 to the stat.
I thought it was
Okay.
1d4, but okay.
1d10.
Oh, okay.
Is it only if
Delta
you
green
fail?
is yeah, only when you fail.
If you fail a
if you
check.
fail, you get better at a thing.
1d4 is only Delta green, and the Call of Cthulhu I think it's 1d10.
Because
Yeah.
there's no like leveling up in Call of Cthulhu, so this is kind of like that
Oh, that's
version
very
of
interesting.
leveling up.
But-
Yeah.
And you can only do it once per session. That's kind of I like that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
I've always wanted something like that for D&D. Anyway, sorry. No. Fuck.
Okay, so yeah, Larissa, we'll say that you leave your apartment as well and begin walking down the sidewalk towards the Arkham Historical Society. And we'll say that you knew that you were going to be walking, so you probably left like an hour early, and you would be arriving just about the same time as Peter Park and Vadim.
Do I see them?
I would say that you do.
Do they have press badges? I didn't listen, sorry.
They don't have press badges yet, but they are kind
Okay.
of standing like off from the main line and just kind
They're
of
the
doing
only
their
two
own thing
corners.
at the moment.
Okay. I guess I just walk up to them and ask, hello, are you from the press too?
Da.
Hi, yes.
Okay, guess I'll just wait. I guess I'll just wait here with you because I am too.
Oh,
Okay.
perfect. Peter Park will offer her a cigarette. Smoke.
Smoke doll face.
God.
Hey, babe.
Smoke, dodo face.
Smoke a little visit.
Is that racist?
A little bit, but it's the 1920s. We're supposed to be.
No thank you.
Well, suit yourself as he lights it up and takes a long swig and just,
Finally.
exhales it.
I was like making bets with myself, like when you were actually gonna light it.
I was
Like,
so
oh, man.
hoping. I was hoping so hard that he never smokes. But he just always
He
offers.
doesn't smoke, he just wants to look hard.
Damn it.
It's almost better.
That's a
No,
better
it's almost
idea.
better. That in and of itself is a subversion of expectation. So I fuck with it.
Damn it.
Yeah, so we'll say that Raymond and Oswald, you made it to the pub, like, whenever you left the museum, and have just kind of been drinking there for a little bit. You've had a couple of beers, and you'll roll a con save. Or a con check. No, con save, sorry. Or con,
Oh,
just
fuck,
roll,
yeah.
just roll con, because there's no saves or checks.
Hard
Oh no, it
success.
seems I've had a few more. We've got a little carried away as it usually does at a pub.
Rough.
So, Raymond, I would say that you're not drunk, but you're, like, buzzed.
You know what? No, it's not that he drank too much. It's that I waited too long, and he already ordered his last drink. I'm like, oh fuck, now he's gotta drink it. Okay, drink up. Come on.
Just let me enjoy it. Pint is supposed to be sip-
you can't enjoy it. We have to go.
Okay.
Yeah, good lad. Good lad. Come on.
And chug it down and exit from the pub and begin walking back down towards the Arkham Historical Society. You walk for a little bit and then you finally make it back, and you see that there's a group of 3 people that are kind of standing off of like the main line to get in, that are just kind of standing there.
I walk past the big group, and then I walk past them, and I walk right up to the guards.
Okay.
You kind of see Raymond like look back at you for a moment, like, and then like look at the other guy that he's walking with, and then back towards you, and then just kind of unquestionably follow anyway. Like, aren't we supposed to? Okay.
Yeah, and you walk back up to the guards, and
That's
they
very
look at you
rude.
and say, "Oh, it's you. You're back, huh?"
Yes, quite. If we could, it's about that time, isn't it?
And he says, "Yes, it's getting close.
Could you
Mr.
fetch the
Levachet
professor for
will
me?
be down momentarily."
Of course, thank you. And he waits right fucking there.
You have pocket watches, right? Because you can always check the time.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't check.
So yeah, you stand there, and probably about 5 minutes go by, and you see one of the side doors open up, and Mr. Levachet come back out of the museum, and he's already given you press passes, and he kind of walks by you and says, "Stay right there while I distribute the press passes to the other people."
No
And
problem, Mr. Levis.
Of
he,
course,
like-
thank you.
he like stands at the top of the stairs and kind of like, "Excuse me, yes, you there, over here,"
I look up.
speaking to the rest of the group. He kind of can't be bothered to walk all the way down the stairs, and instead is kind of like,
Oswald
"Over
kind
here."
of like doesn't turn his body, but just like looks over his shoulder and down, and it's like
180 degrees head turn.
it's like 45, and then he's like using his eyes for the last 50.
Okay.
It's like,
so
I'm
yeah,
not gonna look at these people. I'm just gonna get a gist of what I'm looking at.
okay. Do you want them to describe kind of what they're wearing to you?
I take them in as they approach. I feel like we don't
Okay.
need to.
Just like
Don't
a
need a read.
visual,
Yeah.
visual kind of. Okay, got it.
He just he eyes them up and down, sees their gist, gets the
Uh-huh.
cut of their jib. Hand grips the fucking the bag and pulls it to his body a little bit closer.
Okay.
Whilst Oswald's looking like a skeptical owl, Raymond's looking like a lovable bear. He's looking over, he's smiling. He's almost excited to meet new people.
It almost
Okay.
takes you a notice to see Oswald and Raymond Shadow.
So the rest of you that Mr. Levachet is calling to, are you walking up the stairs, or
Yeah.
are you
Yeah.
joining the rest? Okay.
Yeah,
Wait.
just going first.
Okay, cool. So you begin walking up the stairs, and he sees Peter Park and Vadim and says, "Ah, yes, you must be from Miskatonic University," and pulls out like the full array of badges and starts looking through them and hands two of them to Vadim and says, "These are for you." And you kind of walk past, and then Larissa like walks up the stairs, and he says, "Ah, yes, you must be Miss Larissa from the Arkham Times. We've been very excited to work with you," and hands you the last card and says, "And this is for you."
Thank you.
And then looks at all of you. The main doors haven't been opened yet. People are still kind of standing in line. And he says, "This way, follow me." And opens one of the side doors and kind of holds it open for all of you.
Oswald
to
goes
go in.
first.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Raymond
Thank you,
happily
sir.
holds the door for everyone else.
Thank you.
Vadim says, "The seat's both there."
I know, General.
And Mr. Levachet kind of looks at you and says, "I'm sorry, I don't understand that."
It means thank you in my language.
Okay, cool. So yeah, you
Cool, bro.
Neo, dude! Gnarly!
What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Blue, was that you, bro?
Yeah, it was...
That sounded like Kyler joined the call, bro. What the fuck? Oh my god, I lost it for a second, bro. I'm sorry. I need to recuperate.
It's the 1920s, come on.
Fuck. Oh, god. I'm gonna mute for a second. All right, keep going. Sorry.
And then Vadim says, I can't remember what I was going to say now.
perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Fucking radical, bro.
Don't make fun of my accent. Don't accent shame me.
Don't kick shame me.
Okay,
Yeah.
continue.
So yeah, all of you make your way into the door, and as you come in, the main door opens, and people begin to file in. Looking inside of the museum, it's very nice, like waxed wooden floors. There are displays of like dinosaurs and dinosaur bones, like to the far north of the room.
Ooh.
There is what looks to be almost like a pair of sarcophaguses that look almost like English or Irish or Scottish in nature.
Definitely not Welsh though.
And then you see that there is the new exhibit that is being opened up
Oswald is beelining.
to like the far side of the room.
Raymond is like taking in all of like the mind-blowing shit he's seeing. He's like, oh my.
And
Oh my.
as like the museum begins to fill with more people, you see that there are like servants walking around with like glasses of champagne and like hors d'oeuvres and different things. And Mr. Levachet tells you, please help yourself.
Really? Thank you.
Oswald turns and goes around, grabs Raymond by the wrist. It's like, no, thank you very much, but we really must just yes, Raymond.
I head over to the.
Yes.
While
I
they're
head
having the
over.
conversation, I just walk over to the exhibit and just start taking pictures.
Okay. So looking, are you going straight for the new exhibit?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm assuming this thing's the new exhibit.
What thing?
This?
Bottom left or bottom right?
Bottom left.
Bottom left. Yeah.
Alright. I moved down there as well.
I meander down there looking at cool things.
Yeah, I drag Raymond with me.
Okay.
As we
So-
go and inspect them.
So as you get over to where the new exhibit is, there is still like quite a few people that are over there. There's a very large like gathering.
I start taking pictures as well. And
Oswald shoves past them to the skull. But go on.
Okay, so you are just like shoving past.
Yeah, I go past everyone, but I want Corren to go because he was talking first.
And I turn to Larissa. Is that correct?
Yes.
And I say,
It's literally written right there.
apologies, I'm deaf.
Bottom of roll 20.
And I say, greetings, madam.
Hello. Good evening.
How are you doing this fine evening?
I am doing great, I guess. This will be a great hit in the newspaper.
Agreed. I am researching for the what university? Institution?
Miskatonic.
Miskatonic.
University.
I am researching for the Miskatonic University.
Ah, interesting.
My Russian accent is quickly falling apart.
Own it, man. Own it. Own
Yeah,
it.
I'm loving it.
And my German accent is inconsistent.
Stop.
Were you putting on an
keeping up
accent?
a
No, I'm
British
just kidding.
accent
I'm just
very
kidding. I'm
well.
just kidding, Alex.
I take a closer look at whatever this thing is.
Okay. So, Oli, you said you were just beelining straight
Yeah,
to the skull.
I went straight there. I walk in immediately, overlook of the floor, gets a skull, weird vibe, beelines for the skull.
Are you
Just
hurrying
pass
me
my
along
way.
with you?
Yes.
So,
You
So
like, I
as,
drag you by the wrist, you lag behind, I grab you by the wrist again and pull you with me again.
so as Bernard Levachet is like kind of leading you through the crowd of people over towards the new exhibit, he says, "Please come and help yourself. Feel free to mingle and look around. I'll collect you when it's time to commence our interview when the showing is over.
Thank you, sir.
And you look around and there's a lot of people in the crowd. And he says, we'll retire to the back when all is said and done, and all of you may have a closer look and inspections, and we can conduct the interview in private.
Vadim takes a picture of the exhibit that he's looking at currently and yells over to Peter. Hey, Peter!
Peter, go ahead, sorry.
Come look at this. Find I can do a better
Peter
yelling Russian accent. All right.
Stop thinking about it. Shut up.
Come look at this.
Peter's just lost in the wonders of the different artifacts in the museum, and he's just sketching it all slowly in his small notepad.
Ooh.
Okay.
Does he hear Vadim through the crowd?
What's that?
Does he hear Vadim through the crowd?
Roll a listen check. Or
Listen.
just roll listen, I suppose. I keep saying check because I'm used to D&D.
Oh, no.
I would say that the noise from the crowd is pretty loud. There's a lot of people packed into the museum at this point.
Okay.
Maybe not within like fire regulations, but it's the super rich, so who's gonna shut it down?
Okay.
I pushed past all the poor people so I can check out the skull.
Right. So you make your
As
way
a
over
poor
to
person, I follow.
I
You,
drag my poor person with me.
you make your way over to the skull, and it is behind a glass display case, and there is a card in front of it that reads Abdullah's skull.
Abdullah skull. Abdullah Raymond.
Abdullah's skull.
Does this
Obligata.
does this ring any fucking red alarm bells of what the institute was telling me, sent me out here to look for? Of like, hey, this is fucking dangerous shit.
Let's see.
Likewise.
Roll a archaeology.
Archaeology or occult? Because I'm specifically thinking if it pertains to anything occult specifically.
Occult's fine, yeah.
Yes.
If you're looking to find that.
Hard success, baby.
Extreme.
Oh, extreme. Hell yeah.
Yeah, you got extreme.
Hell yeah.
Extreme.
So,
To the max.
so you have heard of this. What you see in front of you is a human skull that has been almost like dipped and engraved in gold. There's still like elements of bone, and it's kind of like the highlights are etched with gold, and there are like large gemstones. They're doing strange kind of inset patterns on the outside of the skull, like where the bone is. So it's like the gold on the highlights, and wherever there's bone, there's like jewel encrusted on that.
Do I know if this has any specific connection or intertwining history with what we have been researching at the Institute?
So what you've heard of this, because this has never really been discovered, but there are a very few select texts from the past that speak on items similar to this. And what you can gather is that most of them have had the same property, where it's almost a sentient being and has been known to communicate with persons it deems interesting. And in the past has even acted as a medium between like said person and other cosmic entities.
Oh my god.
So as far as occult would go, I would say it's like moderately occulty.
It's on the radar.
Moderately, yeah.
Dipped in gold.
Not just dipped, Raymond, but carefully engraved and etched. You see the detail here along the gemstones, very clearly along the jawline. speaking, pertaining to how they would communicate to the gods beyond. This is something. Now, this is something. Keep an eye on this one. All right.
Bet that's worth a few bees.
So that's definitely something. Now, if I didn't see something over here, and he takes a step over to the gemstone.
This over here? Okay. Okay, so roll occult again.
4. Okay. Payback for that perception roll
Jesus.
earlier. Jesus Christ.
So this isn't so much of a gemstone, but what you see is it is a conch seashell that is made entirely from diamond. It is completely smooth. There are no tool marks. And it says that it was recovered in a abandoned temple in India.
Is there anything within my training that would warn me of conches made of diamond?
Does it ring any bells?
With this, you've never really heard of anything like this. This is something completely new to you.
There's a lot of occulty stuff. Is there anything specifically pertaining to India that the fellas over at Crowley, how does like hey India, red flags, or is it like not really, whatever?
To some degree, it's been a place of interest in the past, but it's kind of been dying off the radar in lieu of like other kind of hot spots that have been found recently.
It's not the main focus. Oswald's not interested.
Minor interest. Raymond's very interested.
It's like shiny.
What can you tell me about this one?
It's very smooth and was probably some ancient crafting technique. Whatever, doesn't matter.
While you guys are going over that, Vadim and Peter Park, what are you doing?
Vadim is going to wade his way through the crowd to try and get to Peter Park.
Yeah, Peter Park is just still lost in the wonders of everything.
And once he makes it to Peter Park, he says, "Hey Peter, I was wondering if you wanted to come check this out. It's very interesting."
You startled me. Yes, shall we? Let's go.
And I lead him over to this thing, and I would wish to inspect this thing.
Okay, so roll archaeology.
Good thing I'm
Is there
that.
is there like a help action in this game or?
Oof.
I don't think there is.
There's
Okay.
not.
I'm not gonna
specifically
lie.
in base
I don't know
rules.
for sure. So
None,
Okay.
none that I saw mentioned in the quick start, because I did read through it all, and I didn't see anything about a help action.
Okay.
I mean, I
Free
guess
for all.
you can
Fuck
make.
those idiots.
I guess you can make one up.
If you wanted to, but I'm all for a team. Fuck those idiots.
yeah.
I was also wondering if I knew anything occult about it. Because I don't know about you, but it looks pretty occulty to me.
There's something culty about this one here, sir.
I would say that since it is in an exhibit called Curiosities of the Occult, that it kind of goes without saying that it's occult in nature.
Do I know specifically, like, not specifically, but do I know, like, from any of my past researches into the occult, which I have not researched that much into, if this has any connection to anything we're researching at the institution?
So I want to say no, because you failed to check to even kind of know like what it is. So it's kind of like if you don't even like really know what it is, you're probably not going to know like what its properties are.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know.
Would a Peter know what it is?
Roll archaeology.
Archaeology? Nope, definitely not.
That was really close.
Close.
Yeah, you don't really know much about it either. What you do see, like what it is though, is it is It looks reminiscent of a dream catcher, except there's like almost glass beads that are inlaid within like the spider web like twine around it.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like very, very old. The glass itself isn't really translucent, but more of like a frosted glass where you can't like see all the way through it.
I ask Peter Park.
And the glass
continue.
itself is kind of like a bluish aquamarine kind of color.
Mm-hmm.
Just like a tint to it.
I ask Peter Park, what do you think of this?
I'd have to say, it looks very old.
I would agree, except I wouldn't know.
And yeah, I mean, you can tell by looking at it that this does look like very old. It's definitely not something that, has been made recently. There is like
fuck.
signs of wear and tear on it.
Alrighty, makes sense. I actually head over to these people.
And actually,
And Peter will follow. Now we're a crowd.
Oswald, actually, roll me a sanity check.
Oh,
Oh my.
already, my good sir. No, I don't. With a 90 fucking 2.
Okay.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
jeez.
You take 2 sanity loss.
So do I just click it back to edit and take it down?
Yeah.
Specifically the number on the left, not the number on the right.
Yeah. I know how fucking fractions work, Corren.
Some of us know maths.
Yeah, no, it stings a little bit. I'm fine.
Okay.
I want to know what's up
Minor
with the
headache.
book.
The book.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nerd.
Roll roll archaeology too.
No. My archaeology is a solid 1. Isn't there like a info card thingy like there was with the skull? I think maybe, I don't know.
There is, yes.
Well, what does it say? I'm here to learn, not to know.
The name of it reads the Cosmic Dreamcatcher, and
Oh my god.
it was found in Spain in a mass burial site dating back to the Ice Age.
Mechanical keyboard, go.
Sorry. Does it say anything else in it? Like what's written in it? I'm assuming it's not German or English. Or like, is the book even opened?
What's that?
Is the book even opened? Like it's on the map screen
Oh.
thingy?
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. The book, not
Yeah, I said book.
Sorry, Corren, that was more for you because I would say that
yeah.
you would be able to read.
Great.
Okay, so the book is called Libra Ivanis.
Oh my god.
That's French. I know French when I hear it.
It sounds like
that's
Latin to me.
That's just Latin.
Okay, well, livre is book in French.
Libra is a word in Latin.
Bruh.
Bruh.
I heard v.
Bruh.
Libra.
It's Latin.
Libra.
Source,
Ivanis.
I took Latin class for several years.
Yes, you don't need to source that.
Oh.
If you hear it's Latin. Anyway, Mike, take it away.
And it says it was found in a hidden tomb in the mountains of Syria.
Ooh, Syria.
And it says it is authored by a person known only as Ivanis. Ivonis.
I don't like that he gave us the spelling. I really don't like that.
Okay,
That's
is there
a
anything
special
else?
tool.
Or
Save
is
for
it about-
later.
Like this?
I would say, looking at the book, it is
yes.
very, very weathered, and the pages are yellowed to the point of like almost illegibility from what you can see on it. It is opened up about like halfway.
All right, with this weird Russian and Japanese dude rubbing against
Yep.
me. Oswald's just fucking like, All right then, and rotate around and go take a peek at the book, see if he can get any pull anything off of it. Name Libra Ivanis, trigger anything specifically from what we were told to look for.
Roll occult.
These fucking rolls tonight, y'all.
I know it's really.
Seeing as this relic was just recently recovered, it's no surprise that you've never heard of it.
All right, whatever. Moving on.
Can I roll
I
a
don't
occult
care.
to see if I know it? I
Sure.
rolled 5 in occult. No, that's a start. No.
But I need both of you to roll sanity checks or sanity save check.
There it is.
Okay.
Me too.
So, yes.
Yes.
Ooh.
You looked at it.
Oh no.
Looked at it.
So, let's see. Oswald, you take 2 sanity loss.
He succeeded.
With a success? Yeah.
Yeah, isn't it half on a success?
Oh
no,
wow.
it's
All right.
it's depends
It's
on
whatever you
how
want.
bad it is. Sometimes it's to your discretion. Sometimes it's half. Sometimes it's none.
Okay. Then we'll say off of that you don't get any.
Nice.
But
Do I
Larissa,
feel
you
like there
take
was
4.
something that would kind of did I feel a probing or some shit? Or is it not like that?
It's not really like that. No.
All right.
You don't really know the properties.
Do
of
do
it.
I get a headache type thing? Right, I'm just like, all right, I don't care. I'm trying to like, what kind of vibe? So do I just look at this thing and I'm like, all right, I don't give a fuck, or do I look at this thing and I'm like, all right, no, this thing is interesting, but like that kind, like how that kind of thing. That's what I'm getting at.
Maybe you
Does
feel
this
like
say-
a vertigo or something.
Yeah, I fucked up the occult, so I can't like remember anything. But does looking at it give me a vibe that there is still like an essence?
I mean, I would kind of say like kind of what I did before, like the fact that it's in a museum
It's-
section
It's in the house, not the home.
dedicated to the occult.
All right, I get it.
It does go without saying there's some kind of residual, I guess, there.
I think you're reading into this too much.
I know, but
but
there's I feel
You
like
don't
there's
really
something.
know for sure.
But I'm just trying to, it's fine. It's a book.
Things are
It's
sometimes
nothing.
a little more simple than that.
No, they won't miss items. They usually miss books. It's fine.
So
but
how much sanity damage did Larissa take?
4.
Okay.
and because Oliver was taking a piss, I'm gonna rotate here. And can you give me a quick TLDR on the Cosmic Dream Catcher?
They didn't really know anything about it. They just read the placard that has the name on it. And where it was filmed.
Can I take a quick look with my great knowledge of the occult?
Sure.
Yes. By one.
Wow. Wow.
These rolls are playing with my heart tonight, bro.
Okay.
Keeping you on edge.
So, you have heard of this before. It is a dream catcher made from glass,
Mhm.
from refined meteorite.
From a fine meteor.
The glass is a pale green color and somewhat like rough, like a frosted glass, so it's not translucent. And it has like a bluish yellow kind of hue to it. In fact, go to 1-on-1 for this.
Oh, all right.
I'm going to. I'm just gonna take off my headphones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same deal.
Cora, take your headset off, fucker. There it is. All right.
This is highly magical,
Oh.
and from what you know of this, it takes the dreams of people, of like sleeping people, away, and replaces them with horrid nightmares.
Is it like of people within range, or do you like choose the person that gives nightmares?
It's not really something that's used as an item. It's
It's just a presence and it happens near it.
yeah.
Got it.
It's not so much like a usable item.
All right.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. All right. Moss. Jesus Christ! Oh, the crossover.
Oh, that's good.
I've been
The
thinking to
giant
myself.
robot man walks.
I've been thinking to myself all fucking night. It's gonna happen. Don't let it happen. And I let it happen. Oh no.
Hey, the
Well
fuck
done.
is this machine doing here?
Yeah. All of a sudden, Oswald's taller than fucking Raymond. No. Tiny baby, not Moss Oswald. Goes to elbow Raymond, but like definitely goes too hard.
Yeah.
like is looking at it, figures like thinks to himself, freezes for a couple seconds, and then is like pat pat pat, thud thud, pat pat.
Raymond reacts completely stone-faced.
He turns and starts like smacking you with both hands. He grabs you by the
I
jacket.
grab both of your hands that are like slamming into my arm. Like, calm down. We know what you like when you get excited. Relax, okay? What is it? Okay, in, out. There we go. So, what is it?
Alright. It's this one.
This
This one.
Yes, this
And
one.
then he looks at you. This one. Very wide eyes. This one.
It's pretty.
Alright.
What
Whatever.
about it?
What? Wait.
And Larissa, as you're investigating and like kind of looking at this book, you see one of the patrons walk up to you. He's kind of an older guy, maybe mid 50s, early 60s. He's dressed in a very, very nice like black tuxedo, and he walks up and sees you looking at the book and says, "Ah, you have a very good taste, my dear."
I do.
And he says, "Well, yes, look at this book. It's one of a kind." And he puts out his hand and says, "Henry Armitage, librarian at Miskatonic University."
I shake his hand. Larissa Fabian, I am a journalist.
And he says, "Yes, I know. I've read most of your articles. You're brilliant, really."
Oh, thank you.
And he says, "I tell you what, though, if should I come across anything interesting that may be newsworthy, I'll be sure to make you the first to know about it."
I mean, if you know anything about any of these objects, I would be glad if you told me.
And he looks at the book and says, "Well, most of these are quite recently discovered. I've yet to have time to really take them in. So I couldn't really tell you what they are, what they do."
Okay, understood. Just please contact me if you find something out.
Wait, did this guy say he was from the Miskatonic Institution?
University.
University?
It's a lady.
He
Sorry.
is. No, it's a
You
he.
said she. Oh, sorry.
No, it's a he. His name is Henry Armitage.
Upon hearing Miskatonic University, I say, I walk up and ask, "Oh, so you, oh, so you're from the Miskatonic University?"
And he says, yes, Henry Armitage, librarian. And
Nice to meet you. I am a researcher in the Miskatonic Institution.
he says, you wouldn't happen to be under Dr. Morgan, would you?
Ah, yes, I would be.
And he says, "Fine chap, him.
Indeed.
He knows his stuff." And kind of looks around at the artifacts and says, "So, do you know much about these yet?"
Not exactly, but we are figuring it out.
And he's just kind of, he moves his eyes from you and just looks at the book and says, "For some reason, I'm just drawn to it. I don't know if it's my love of books or what it could be, but I'm just fixated on it."
All right.
All right, weirdo. Sure.
Fine.
I say to him, this book is interesting as far as I can tell as well, but I'm mostly interested in, well, all of this. It's all very interesting.
And he says, yes, quite indeed. As he's just kind of staring at the book still. You see, like, his right eyebrow kind of, like, twitch a little bit, like, kind of going up. And he turns around and walks away.
Alrighty.
As this is all happening, how does it look like from Peter's perspective? Because right now he's like sketching everybody as they're interacting.
Alright, this is very important. Do I notice you're sketching me?
I mean, I guess I'm like 5 feet away.
Yeah, you guys are pretty close. You're like holding me, and then he's like right to our left.
I would
You're
say,
just,
like,
holding
are
my
you trying
shoulder.
to
Yeah,
be?
it looks like
are
you guys are like holding hands or something.
No,
I
he's
would
like
say,
grabbing
intimate.
my shoulders.
Yeah,
Oh.
like, stop.
Oh.
Are you trying to be stealthy while you sketch them?
No, he's just admiring everything. He's
But
got
you-
his cigarette in his mouth. You know, he's just sketching everything. Yeah.
Is it lit?
Yeah, then I would say
It's lit, yeah.
I would say that
It's
I would say
lit.
I would say that Raymond sees that then.
Ooh, upon noticing you sketch me, I kind of like, oh, you're sketching? And I kind of like pull almost like a
Pose a
try
little
to
bit with
natural
me
kind
still
of
in your
pose,
arms.
like almost like putting one arm up on the pedestal that the thing's resting on, and like my other arm on my back leaning forward, but I've like flexing my arms real good.
Oswald like kind of steps up and like swats your arms down a bit and then looks to you. Now, sir, I pardon us, but we do have some right to privacy. Isn't that all you talk about here is rights? Whatever.
I apologize for my friend Oswald here. Hello, I'm Raymond.
Raymond,
So-
this man is just we're not. Raymond.
If you don't want him to draw your face, turn around. Just ask him politely. I do apologize. He's quite
Hey.
jumpy.
Oswald storms off.
Sorry for my friend there. He's a bit private, I suppose. I'm
I
really
see.
nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, him. Peter Park, as he bows, and then he picks up his sketch. I'm sorry about your friend.
Bow back
Sorry, I
and then
didn't mean
walk
to.
away.
Sorry, I didn't mean to draw you in privacy. I just enjoying the West.
Do not mind. It's fine. It's quite the place over here. I've got to say, I'm quite new myself.
It's very, very loud, very direct, very different from back home.
Yes. Sometimes the loudness gets to Oswald, but he'll be all right. Just give him a few minutes. He'll come over. I'm sure.
I understand.
Like
No,
Oswald grabs like an order, like a tiny order of sandwich and a fucking thing of champagne, like eating in the
Yeah.
corner angrily after telling fucking Raymond not to grab any of the shit. Then he eats his little sandwich and pulls out his notes and starts like frantically writing, and like from memory sketching what he saw, and like very meticulous, very specific, very detailed. And 90% of it is on that cosmic dream catcher.
Okay.
And Peter Park will offer Raymond a cigarette. Smoke?
Oh, don't mind if I do. I ain't had a cig in a while. You got a lighter?
I do. And he takes out like
Well, aren't you a
one of those
gentleman?
old lights. And then he lights it for him.
Thank you very much, sir.
You are very welcome.
So, did you say
yeah.
you were from the university?
Yes, I'm working under Dr. Morgan.
The doctor? You must be quite an educated fella.
Yes,
I revere you greatly.
he's an amazing individual. I look up to him very much.
Oswald's that kind of type. Very well read, but a little less touchy around people.
I understand. My father, he's also very, what do you say in the West? Short-tempered. So I'm very, I understand. It's fine.
Oswald's just mumbling to himself in the fucking corner. Fucking idiots. Right?
Don't know about tempered, but you could certainly say he's short.
What is Larissa doing right now?
Making photos of the diamond thing right now.
Okay.
And probably also reading the sign, taking notes of it.
Okay. Would you like me to send the note thing?
Yeah.
If I could get the note things on all of them, since I went and checked them all out individually, that'd be sick. Any and all information Oswald would be writing down frantically.
Me too. I need this for my job.
Yeah, I will send that in Discord.
Gracias, papa.
So around this time, you look around and you see that many of the people that have or that were here at the museum have begun to kind of leave, and the group has gotten much smaller within the museum, and it kind of looks like they're winding everything down for the night. You see kind of the last few people that are in are like kind of off over at the dinosaur exhibit looking at all of that, and as you're by the newer exhibit, museum employees come out and they have metal carts that they're pushing, and they move the display cases onto the carts and like wheel them into a back room.
Can I say, as they're doing that, I'd like to offer them a hand with the lifting.
I would say that you try, and the museum employee kind of like stops and puts their hand up and says, "No, it's fine. We've got it."
If that's all right, then go on.
Oswald gives him like a one firm pat on the back and a nod.
Trying's the best I can do.
Doing great.
And yeah, and as they do that, Bernard Levachet, the curator, kind of comes and finds all of you and looks around, and he looks kind of tired from the long night, but ready nonetheless, and says, "Please follow me this way. We'll retire to the back, where you may have a closer look at the relics and conduct the interview."
Hi, yes.
If you say so, sir.
Well, thank you, Sam. Thank you.
Begins like walking to the double doors that the carts went through with the artifacts, and again like goes through, but then holds the door open on the other side and lets all of you pass.
Oswald is the first one through.
Isn't Oswald still looking in the corner?
What's that?
Isn't Oswald still standing in the corner, being angry?
No. When at the end of the party, he came and collected everyone, and everyone came together.
Okay.
And then he was the first one through the door that the curator offered for us. Because he's the first one everywhere. Because he's Oswald.
And as you go through the metal doors leading into the back, the decor of the museum changes from the wooden floors and very like rustic looking to something resembling more of a laboratory. There's like very clean metal surfaces, and it smells of disinfectant. It smells very sterile in the back.
Os follows. Oh, Jesus! Oh my God! Oswald follows.
He follows Jesus.
Happily, he follows Jesus Christ, our Lord and Savior. Amen.
Don't you mean
A man of faith.
Don't you mean Mosswald?
Mosswald. I need the crossover. It's just Moss with like 6 monocles.
Yeah, and you follow him in through the door and down the hallway, and he goes into another room on the right side of the hallway, and you go in and you're inside of what looks like more laboratory, like research area, and the artifacts have been placed on a rectangular table in the middle of the room, and the cases have been taken off.
Okay. First
Sorry.
thing. Sorry, go on.
Okay.
Go first.
All right. Okay. Sure. Yeah. Before we walk in, does Peter notice any of the exits?
My man, same page.
There you go.
is only one door in and one door out.
Oh no. Okay.
Ominous.
And as you walk in, Mr. Levachet begins to hand all of you like white satin gloves, like very clean and pristine looking, and tells you, when you handle the artifacts, put these on. We can't have fingerprints all over these.
Does he have any in my size?
Yeah, I mean, they're kind of like a one-size-fits-all sort of thing. They,
I stretch them over my meaty hand.
Oswald reaches into his bag and pulls out his own gloves and puts them on his hands.
Okay.
Vadim actually asks, do you mind if I use that phone over there?
And he says, yes, please, by all means.
And he goes over, takes off one of the gloves, and then dials in the number for Dr. Morgan.
Okay.
And on the phone, if Dr. Morgan picks up, explains the situation going on.
The phone rings and there's no answer, so he has left the office for the night.
Alrighty, makes sense. Then I am going to join back with the group.
Before
Okay.
anyone gets close to the artifacts, I would like to make a photo of all of them in it, and
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
whatever.
Yeah, and you can approach them and take like very good like close-up pictures.
I'd
Mr.
like to
Levachet-
mention while you're doing this,
Mr.
whilst you're taking these pictures, while everyone else is like stuff about like, oh, you're taking pictures, Raymond is like just bumbling around in front, like, oh, artifacts, like having no kind of awareness that you're taking photos.
Okay. But yeah, you're able to get in close and take pictures of them. Mr. Levachet says, yes, please. Take pictures. Do whatever you need to. It's fine. None of you are thieves, right? And he kind of.
I like Western jokes.
And he just kind of like crosses his arms a bit, like very loosely, not in like a tense way, but just kind of loosely crosses his arms, and he's looking over the relics and says, "Yes, all of these were recovered from very different places in the world." He says some from the Middle East, some from the Far East, some from the North.
May you explain their importance?
And he says, well, some of these are from local tribal people, the skull mostly, and we suspect that the diamond seashell, that was probably somehow engineered by somebody in the prehistoric, or in the Ice Age. That's what our dates have led it back to.
Mm-hmm.
So
I see.
we think it could have been some nomadic tribe in the Ice Age, but there's no tool marks. Craftsmanship of this quality should have been out of their reach for how primitive they are.
May I? As he gestures to try and touch it with his gloved hands.
Sure, okay.
He picks up the what is it? The shell and the golden skull, one at a time.
Okay.
Well,
and as you're,
he's... Oh, continue.
as you're holding the shell, he says, "Yes, not much is known about this. We still have much research to do. In fact, that's what we were hoping many of you could help us with.
Mm-hmm. While he is doing that, I'm going to take pictures of him holding them.
Okay.
Oswald would go and deeply inspect the
Would
Dreamcatcher.
would I be able to use what is this appraisal just to see how finely made these artifacts are?
Sure. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
And for those of you who are physically touching the artifacts, roll sanity.
How do you roll that? Just
You just click if you can just hover over sanity on like the fraction and click it.
okay.
It runs it.
Oh no.
Hey.
Okay, so 1 success, 1 fail. All right, so Peter, you take 1 sanity, so just deduct 1 sanity point from your
Okay.
sanity meter. Okay, and Oswald, you said that you were looking at the Cosmic Dreamcatcher.
Yes, sir.
Okay, what is
Holding
it you're
getting a feel for it? Just kind of looking at it, seeing if there is I know you said with my knowledge. Sorry, yeah, it's gonna be awkward being in the recording. If there is a possibility of like figuring out a way on like activation or deactivation, anything that I could read to try to get an understanding of how it works on a more fundamental level, rather than just what it does. Trying to understand how it does it or what starts it, essentially. Is the
Okay.
general look.
So as you're like kind of holding it and inspecting it and looking at it, you notice, because the lights are very bright in here, it's a very like white environment. The floor is white, the walls are white, the light is like a fluorescent, like very bright white color. It's hard to tell, but investigating it closer, you do notice that there is a glow coming off of it.
Soft glow. What color can I get? Can I pick up on what color the glow is? Is it
it's
is it
like
the blue yellow or is it the green?
it's like the blue green,
The green.
almost like a aquamarine color.
Aquamarine.
And typically, in your experience with these kinds of things, something that's not active usually doesn't glow.
Yeah. Do I see any iconography on, like, I doubt there's a little like circle with a vertical line at the top of it, but is there a power button somewhere, bro? Like,
Not that you see.
yeah,
Did I
that's
turn it
Despite-
off and on again?
Despite like its apparent arcane properties, it's still a very primitive creation.
yeah. So he looks over it and then just kind of takes a moment holding it and kind of like looks at his hands as he's holding it, and then stares at his hands as he sets it down and lets it go. Does anything like stick with him as he pulls away, or does he set it down and it like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Roll another occult.
Bolt. Hard.
Okay. Go to 1-on-1.
My guy.
1 second, I have to get back here. Okay.
Hey.
Okay. All right. So, as you're inspecting this and go to set it down, your vision flashes white momentarily, and very briefly, it's almost like you're looking through a big bubble surrounded by fog, and you just see what looks like a barren, dead earth. There are no trees, there are no bushes, there's no grass, there's not even dirt. This is just a completely rocky surface. And like behind in the distance, there's almost what looks like pools of lava or sulfur like churning in the back and like the mist coming off of it.
So are there any outstanding, like, can I tell that this is like, do I get a vibe that this is like an alternate right now, or like something that could happen? Is there any way I could pull anything like that?
Let's see. Roll a I guess another occult.
20.
20. Okay. Looking around, you see like the outline like of a rigid metal structure of some kind.
Oh.
And kind of looking at it and the time that you have, you see that it is the bridge in Arkham
Oh.
that goes across the river. But it's literally the only like outstanding kind of landmark that you can see.
It'd be like the Golden Gate. I gotcha.
Sort of, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So he, I guess just kind of takes that in. When he snaps back, is he still holding it, or did he like drop it really loudly, or is there like a save for that?
Not only are you still holding it, you are clenching it.
Did I damage it in any way?
No, but your hands inside of the gloves are sweating so profusely that it is seeping out of the gloves.
Yeah.
And your face has become very cold, but sweating as well.
All right.
Roll another sanity check for me. Just real quick.
Failure.
Okay. So you take 2 sanity.
Okay, that's fine. Fine with 2. 2 is okay.
Yeah, and then you snap back into it.
Snap back to reality.
Yeah. Oop, there goes sanity.
I'll get card.
Like where I live.
Oh, I thought you.
We went like in the same
Wow,
room.
you
Like, hey,
actually-
talking.
Corren, I don't like that you moved before I was loud, homie. What'd you do there?
I didn't hear anything. All I heard was
yeah.
something about a river.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, that's a
But I didn't have my headphones on. I just saw you guys
and they were
move.
roommates.
So,
Got me a river.
There's a river.
so as you can all see Oswald like handling this cosmic dream catcher, you see him seize up, and his light grip on the dream catcher itself just tightens into like a clenched
Ooh.
sort of grasp.
Is it gonna fall over?
I tapped him on the shoulder.
There's no
No
response. He zones out for a solid like 30 to 45 seconds. And then-
Are my reactions in there coming out, or am I just full lockup?
No, I would say your reactions in there aren't showing. You're just
Yeah.
completely seized.
I'm gonna make a photo of it. I'm going to make a photo of that.
Or is you
Before he seizes, would I be able to? Yeah, since I succeeded the appraisal, would I know of the craftsmanship or the tools used to craft these 2 items, the golden skull and the diamond shell?
Okay, so you passed your appraisal. So
Yeah.
you know that the golden skull is simply an actual human skull where the gold kind of trimming on it has been etched and kind of melted to the base of it. And where there's bone and not gold, there are encrusted jewels making patterns.
Alrighty. I'm also going to take a picture of Oswald.
Okay.
And I'm also going to take out my pocket watch and count the seconds.
And for
the
like
Diamond
looking
shell.
at for looking at them, are you like holding them and just kind of, appraising them like that, or are you just like taking a close look?
Yeah, he's just taking a close look. He takes one of them one by one, probably a good 20, 30 seconds. Yeah.
Okay.
While cigarette is in his mouth,
And as far as the diamond shell goes, there's no visible tool marks on it. This is so clean, it almost seems like it's been cut with a laser.
Okay.
But it's also been dated to the Ice Age, which that kind of craftsmanship should not exist within that timeline.
Aliens.
Aliens. And then I guess, after that, he sees Oswald, cramping up.
Okay.
And then he drops both the items on the table delicately.
And when Oswald comes to, he is drenched in sweat. His face is completely flush white, without any color in his face.
Oz, are you alright?
Raymond, is your friend alright?
Oz? Oswald?
I'm just fine, thank you. And
You look a bit under the weather there. You
sets it down very slowly, very carefully, and lets it go.
You sure you don't need a drink?
Make sure it's resting.
So, what happened?
Straightens his jacket and turns to the two people that are currently holding cameras. I believe I have a legal responsibility to collect both of those portraits, as I do not want my likeness to be put in the public eye. Thank you very much. That is my legal right. Absolutely. Thank you.
I don't think that law
Still
was
drenched in
invented
sweat. Still, drowning.
yet. Do you need like a handkerchief or something?
Roll persuade.
He doesn't have to persuade.
Extreme success.
I hand it to him.
Okay.
I will also be right back, sorry.
So this is like Polaroid status, like you're getting the developed picture like as soon as you take it?
I'm not entirely sure. That's up to you.
That's cool as hell, though.
I don't know if Polaroids
really existed back then.
Polaroids didn't, but what do you care? You can make that up.
Dude, I'm sorry. My dog's being the biggest asshole tonight. Oh my god.
You should hear my dogs sometimes.
Yeah, okay. We'll say that you're taking like a Polaroid then. I'll make it canon in this world. Polaroids existed in the 1930s. So the pictures that you did take of the other relics, when you develop them and look at them, they are all severely distorted. Like distorted and blurred.
What is this? I can't use this.
I hear you're not meant to shake them.
No, it's true. It does. It ruins the lighting with it. If you shake it, it actually ruins. It can ruin the color and it can actually blur the lines. But yes, it's quite messy. But anyway, I'm glad that is the case. Otherwise, you would have quite the legal situation on your hands. Thank you, though. Absolutely, thank you.
Sir, I don't mean to offend you, but who is the journalist? You or me? I think I know what I'm doing.
I absolutely know my rights when I entered this country. Thank you.
I wanted to give you the picture. If you're not comfortable, then that's your right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for understanding. Thank you. And he
Raymond.
just turns to Raymond.
Raymond, is your friend alright? He's speaking very, very quickly.
Oz? You, doing good?
I am just fine. Yes. Yes, fine. Thank you.
He says he's okay, but...
And around this time,
alright.
The phone in the office begins to ring.
I go pick it up.
You do? Okay. So you go and pick it up, as like Mr. Levachet is like walking over towards it to answer it, and you just push right past him and like answer it yourself.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
What's even worse is that seems like something my character would actually do.
So you're standing there with like the receiver to your ear.
Hello?
Yes, I believe this called from A.
And as you say that, at first there's no voice on the other side, and then you start to hear this.
I think you have the wrong number.
And it's just noise on the other end. There's no voice. There's nothing.
I'm
And then
staring at his face.
And the line clicks, and the call is ended.
Must have been a crackhead.
Roll sanity.
Vadim, who was it?
Oh, success.
Okay.
Hard success.
The noise that you hear on the other end of the phone just begins to like resonate within your ear, and then your head, and then through your entire body, and you're almost in like a vibrational kind of harmony with the noise coming on the other end of the line, and the call ends.
Do we see him
put down the
shaking?
receiver and say, it is probably a crackhead. I'm not sure.
Crackheads don't exist, Corren.
But I'm not sure what they are, what it was, but it was weird noises.
Bernard begins to walk over to Oswald, and he kind of puts his hand on your shoulder and says, "You okay, son?"
First of all, sir, I appreciate you not try to belittle me with friendly demeanor. I do appreciate the offer, but no, I am not all right. It's just fine though. No, just fine. Actually, no. Yes, I am fine. Yes, thank you.
And
That was
he
the most
kind of
mixed signals I've ever seen.
looks at you and says, "It has that effect on people," and then turns around and walks away.
Oswald is staring that dude in the eyes. I want to fucking vibe check immediately when he says that shit.
Okay. Roll a psychology.
Psychoanalysis? Because I'm trying to get a read on him and his feelings?
I guess so, yeah.
Yes! Yes!
It seems like maybe he might have had a little run-in himself at some point.
The second he turns and walks away, I am in his step.
Okay.
Are you following around? Are you following him around like a child waiting for his mom to get off the phone?
He's leaving, and I'm following him. And as we're walking, I'm reaching and pulling out my notepad for the first time that any of you have seen me.
Okay.
Now, sir, I do. If you did say I would have the opportunity to ask you questions, I do have questions, sir.
And he looks around at everyone else and says, "Yes, shoot."
No, not in front of them. Clearly, you know something there.
Oh, please, in front of them.
Yes, please, in front of us.
And he says, "Okay, follow me," and like walks out of the door, like into the hallway.
Oswald turns around, looks to Raymond, and like kind of gestures with his head like towards the door, and then immediately follows, notebook in hand.
Okay. Raymond, this is Corren. It's a pleasure to speak at you all, but it seems I'm needed. Hurries off towards them.
I actually feel like
alright.
making a stealth check here to see if I can follow.
Okay, go ahead.
Can I
Oh,
also
same
make a
here.
stealth check? Yeah, let's
Just to let
not be
you know,
stealthy.
Raymond has no idea you're not supposed
That
to be
failed.
on this.
That's success.
Oh, nope. That's a fail as well.
I wonder what's wrong. That was a success. I wonder what's wrong with it, why it's not showing the needed for some of them.
Some of them don't. I think it's just a weird thing with the sheet. Don't worry
Yeah,
about
we'll fix it later.
it. Just make sure you're marking them if you fuck it up.
Okay, so are you guys trying to just like go to the door and like listen, or are you? Because they're just right outside of the door. In the
Okay, well, in
hallway.
that case, I just press my ear against the door and just try to make out anything, if I can hear anything.
I put my ear above the door, but I'm like on the window.
If we're going just outside of the door, as Oswald was the last one out the door, he would go to close the door and then look to Raymond and then look at the door and then close the door. Then go to have the conversation with the curator.
Okay.
Okay. And he says, yes, so here we are in private. What did you need to ask me?
I'm sorry, what, sir, do you know what you have in your possession?
And he says, yes, ancient relics. Recovered
Ancient
from
relics of
archaeological
innumerable
sites.
power, sir. Things that should not be accessible to the public, let alone rabble like that. A woman?
And
Recall-
he says, well, that's why we've had all of you come to tell us these things.
Yes, clearly, and you did not give us the proper opportunity to see these in private beforehand, so we could ensure the safety of others. Now, sir, you have put not only yourself, but the lives of us and these women, and possibly children in the nearby regions, in danger.
And he says, well, this is not my call. We have investors. We have timelines to keep.
In fact, it's always money, isn't it? It's always about money to you people.
Said the
Money
rich guy.
means hey, shut up! You're not here.
And he says, you people, whatever do you mean, sir?
I mean, you researchers. All you do, you dig, not thinking of the consequences. Do you have any idea the havoc you've wreaked? How much you've probably reaped already? Listen to me. This must be removed, and it must be brought back, and it must be protected. Do you understand me?
And he says, it's very well protected here, I assure you.
No, it does not matter if it's protected here. Look out there. There are families that live next to here. This thing is dangerous. It must be moved.
And he says, well, what is your suggestion then, sir?
We finish with these rabble, and once they are all gone, my colleague and I will take care of it. We will take it into our possession. We will transport it back across the pond. We will ensure its safety is kept away from civilized folk where it should be, and hopefully, if all is done well, it can be buried and protected where it should have stayed.
And he says, well, it sounds like my superiors will need to speak with yours then.
This is not, sir. Holds his hand in his head.
He like folds his arms and says, I cannot let you walk out of this museum with artifacts.
This is beyond an artifact, sir. This is a sigil of power.
And he says, oh, hogwash.
Hogwash. I bet you've been feeling the effects yourself. You've had this for what, 3 days in your possession? I know you've experienced it already.
He says, whatever are you talking about?
Is he bullshitting me? I'll look him in the eyes. Does he actually is he bullshitting me, or is he being serious?
Roll a psychoanalysis.
Oh my god.
You can't
Never
tell.
roll below 90. I'm just gonna assume he's bullshitting. So he just looks at him. He's just like, don't you use that with me. I know. I saw how you looked at me when I came out of that state. You've seen it too.
And he says, sir, you are delusional.
Oh, is that
What
delusional?
are you
Is that
talking
right?
about?
Oh, of course, yes. I'm the delusional one here.
And he says, yes, you are.
Oh, you.
And all of you are hearing this on the other side of the door, like very.
Whoa.
Oh yeah, no, we
Are
were
people
yelling.
still? The people still have. Okay, never mind. You're yelling.
Or not all of you.
The beginning was quiet. It turned into yelling.
Okay.
Not
If
not
any-
all of you, but Larissa for sure.
Hold on.
Okay.
Can I ask how is Larissa listening through the door? Because I am stood outside the door.
I pressed my ear against the door.
He is wall of flesh between you and the door.
I'm
That case, I stand next to the door at the wall and just lean against it, so it doesn't look too obvious. But I am trying to listen, like to the
Okay.
wall.
And the windows in here are like a white frosted glass, so at most you might be able to make out like a shadow behind the glass, but not like a physical person's shape standing there.
Can I ask, are Peter and Vadim very obviously pressing their faces up against the door?
Yes, they are. So much so that like you can feel the door kind of trying to push open behind you.
As they go to the door to do that, I say, didn't your mother tell you it's rude to eavesdrop?
They
Uh,
stand there frozen in fear.
Yeah.
Hand on her.
Still muted. I said no.
Well then, show a little respect.
And around this time, Mr. Levachet says, "Sir, I do not know what you're raving about."
Is that whatever? It's like talking to a wall, you Americans. And then turns and just throws open the door, and then just greeted by a giant.
Okay,
back.
I'd like to hold on. Which way does this door open?
That's actually a good question. Does it open out to me or does it open into Raven?
No, it opens out.
Okay, yeah. So I open it up, and it's just a back.
So like coming from the inside, the doors would push outward.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay,
we're
so
just
good.
like sort of putting our
You just
hand.
push the door, it just slams into the back of me.
We're just all against the door, and like we just
Just turn
fall when you
around.
open it.
So you're done? I step out from the doorway.
So it would seem. Turns to the curator and straightens his jacket.
Okay. And the curator walks back into the room, and you hear him kind of say, "Yes, please excuse me for that interruption," and walks over to Larissa and says, "Did you have any questions for me for the interview?"
I wanted to ask if these objects are connected with each other in some way.
No.
And he says, "Well, it's hard to tell. They were all found in different regions.
They're
None
not.
of them share a similar architecture
Please,
with
Oswald,
each other."
behave yourself.
He says, "As far as we know,
Idiots.
they're random. There's no correlation between them."
Okay, good to know. Do you have any other questions? Shit.
With Oswald and Raymond, did you come back into the room like you're kind of standing?
Yeah,
in
no,
the middle of the crowding?
I walked in like angrily in a huff before the curator did.
Okay,
Made a big
got it.
show of it, and I was chiming in when she asked the question. Oswald was answering it as he was also answering it.
Okay. So yeah, as he's like talking to Larissa, there is a light knock on the door, and he says, "One moment, excuse me," and walks out. Like he's like kind of halfway out the door, and you see him talking to someone. He says, "Yes, what is it?" And as he says that, he's ripped away from the door, and you hear, "Ah! Wait, no, wait!"
I look what's going on.
Sir?
What the fuck?
And the door is just kind of like
Nani?
as it's like slowly closing, but like bouncing.
Oswald goes over to the artifacts.
I like hold my arm up to like hold everyone back away.
I just rip open the door and run after the people. Like,
No,
what the fuck?
no. I would like to stop you from ripping open that door.
Oswald goes and steals the fucking Dreamcatcher.
I pull out my
Chaos ensues.
I pull out my cane sword and point it towards Oswald.
I draw my fucking gun.
And as you're doing this, and
Gentlemen, please.
as
I'm
you're, like,
pushing past Raymond. Fuck it, I'm running out there.
Peter
Okay.
will draw
Seeing
a
this
cigarette.
DM is
standoff
talking.
that's
Hey,
happening,
la. DM is talking.
Okay.
so as you're like doing this standoff, the phone begins to ring once again.
Now I'm going to pick up this phone, and you're
No,
going to let me.
Oswald holds the gun up and then
Gentlemen,
no.
please.
What is going on?
Oz,
Indeed,
you're better than
I
this.
am the one with the gun.
Oz,
Now-
you're better than this. Come on.
Indeed, I
Larissa,
am.
you said that
Anyway.
you're running down the hallway.
Yeah, I'm running after the guys that, you know?
Okay, so you run out of the door and come out into the hallway, and as soon as you do, you see that there is a trail of blood on the ground, and the lights go out. All the power goes out.
Including in the
Oswald.
room we're in?
Yes.
Oswald
Fuck.
dashes for the artifact the second the lights go out. Gun down,
Consider-
dashes for the artifact.
Considering it's 1930s, I probably have a lighter.
I go.
Yeah.
And
Reasons later.
the phone is still ringing.
Okay,
Despite
going for the
power
artifact.
being out.
I'm following the blood trail with lighter in hand. Fuck it.
Split the party right away.
Someone is going to answer that.
Should I?
In the dark, can I get a hold of the artifact?
Yes, you can. In fact, I would say roll spot hidden because it's dark in there.
48.
Okay. Yeah, easily enough. You grab the artifact.
I'm still just pointing my sword, not realizing that he's
At
like.
nothing.
Yeah.
So now that I have it, I go back to where I was standing. I kind of like tuck it in my satchel, and then I like and then I draw the gun back, even though he can't see me, and it's like, now I'll answer this phone.
Do I see him? Take
That's
the
what I
artifact?
was going to do.
I was gonna say,
No.
are Peter and I lit by our cigarettes?
Right? Are we?
Cigarettes cannot light a face.
No, yeah,
you-
but like they're there. Like
It's
you
a
can see
marker.
like where we
I
are.
do pick up the phone.
Okay. And when you do, is all you hear on the other line.
Oz.
Alrighty.
We're not in London anymore, Oz.
And then it
Adam, who was it?
disconnects. Roll another sanity check.
Hard success.
Okay.
Vadim is not
Larissa-
phased by anything, apparently.
Larissa, as you're out following this blood trail in the dark hallway, also roll a sanity.
I think it's about time we get
Fuck.
out of here.
Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
How much damage do I take?
1.
Huh, that's
We
a
now.
will
lot.
be on our way.
I say to him, wait right there until we figure out what's going on.
No, I'm quite all right, thank you. Raymond, if you will, and then.
Okay, so you were leaving the room.
Dashing down the hall and like grabbing Raymond and pulling him with me if I can.
Okay.
I'm chasing Oswald.
All of you like burst out of the door into the hallway, and as you do, you see there's a blood trail on the white ground.
Oh yeah, when I'm
Oh,
walking,
God.
I'm pulling my I'm slowing down. I've been pulling out my baseball bat out of my backpack.
Okay.
How much sanity did Larissa take?
One.
1.
1? Okay.
I,
Yeah.
put my,
Never mind.
I slipped my my weapon back in my bag.
Okay. So yeah, as you're following this blood trail, Larissa front, Oswald and Raymond taking up the middle, and then Peter and Vadim like taking up the back as they're the last ones to leave.
I mean, I'm probably just way ahead of everyone because they did spend like a good minute in that room.
Well, you were
Yeah.
like, were you like running?
Yeah. Well,
Alright.
not. I'm like running at. There's the guy who was dragged away. I'm sure as hell not taking my time.
I had some stroll down a bloody hallway.
So yeah, you get to the end of the hallway, to the door. What are you doing? The light goes back into the main museum.
I listen if I can hear anything behind the door.
Okay, roll a listen.
Well, that won't end well. Listen. Where the fuck
Is
is
there
listen
anything
there?
I can hear running down the hall?
Actually, was that success?
Wow.
You hear roughly 5 to 6 or maybe more men on the other side of the room shouting instructions at somebody.
What instructions?
You hear, get on the ground. Where are the relics? Where are they? And you hear pop, 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 pop from a gun being shot like into the roof.
I say, as I catch up to, I'm not talking in character. As I catch up to, Oswald, I whisper.
You don't. But yeah.
Well, I'm assuming you stop at the door as well.
Eventually, yeah. But as you get close to me, I pull my fucking gun.
I say
You
to
still have
him,
your sword out.
It seems like we are facing the wrong enemy.
Put that away right now.
You put your gun away, and I will put my sword away.
I did put it away.
Listen,
I just pulled it back out,
gentlemen.
sir. Put it away.
Gentlemen,
You put it away.
please.
Men.
Both of you put your
Points the
weapons
gun
away.
back at you. You too.
What is going on?
He's a bit jumpy.
Okay, on
He
three.
goes to point it at Raymond and then doesn't.
On
I
three.
stand between them.
On three, we put our swords away. Okay?
Listen, you don't stab at either each other. I'm stood between you.
I don't have a
lads.
sword.
Weapons.
Oz,
I
you're
have
not gonna
pistol.
shoot me, are you?
I'm not going to shoot you. I'm a better shot than that.
I'd...
Three,
Oz, I'm 6'3". You're not.
Two.
You can't shoot around me.
one, and I slide my sword slowly back in.
And when it's fully away, he puts his pistol away.
So, we need to deal with whatever is out there.
Someone call the police. Right now.
What's a phone?
The phone's.
Are there any phones around?
There was the phone in the room back there.
Actually,
was-
is it?
working, right?
Well, the lights are out. So I don't know if it'll work right now.
It was ringing.
Yeah, but that may have been some supernatural BS.
Oh,
What's
What
the
did it say?
BS?
Isn't this dandy?
What?
And in the distance, down the other side of the hallway, you hear the phone
Bastard.
begins ringing
I am
once
not
more.
answering that one.
I am not answering it either. I have had too
Oh,
much.
you were so eager the last time. Why don't you get this one too?
Shut the fuck up.
listen.
Why
So
don't
yeah,
you answer it then?
at this point, you guys are like just outside of the door to the main room of the museum, and you know that there are people on the other side with guns. So what are you doing?
Out of this back hall, are there any other passageways that he didn't lead us down that could possibly lead to like another
So-
exit? Or is this a one way into this whole area?
So the hallway, there's like a T junction in the middle of it, like going a ways down.
Yep.
And there are also like several doors as you make your way down the hallway.
Is there any furniture around this hallway?
Down the corridor, there's like some potted plants and like smaller things like that. At the T junction, there's almost like a lounge area, like on the wall parts. There's like different chairs and stuff, and like a coffee table, kind of
Okay.
near one.
So Peter will grab the coffee table and he'll try to prop it up against the door.
Okay.
Meanwhile, Vadim says to Oswald, "Now, you take care of those artifacts. You protect them with your life."
I certainly will not, sir. My life is worth much more than any of those. But, however, I will be leaving here with my life. Thank you very much. Mr. Raymond will see to that, won't you, sir?
Yes. Oz, what the fuck's going on?
Don't worry about it, Raymond. We will get out of this just fine, just like last time. Remember last time? I got us
Yes, I
out of
remember
last time.
last time.
Yes, I
You
can
said
get
we'd
us
do
out
it
of that.
fine last time.
Yeah, that's right. You did just fine. Now I'll get us out of this one too, won't I?
We lost Steven last time, Oz.
Yeah, Steve. Fine.
You see that the lights like flicker briefly and then like snap back off.
Steven, I'm sorry.
On the other side of the door, it seems to be fairly quiet until you hear a gunshot ring out and you hear like a crowd of people like scream.
I believe we should try to find an alternative exit if possible.
Are there any-
The door begins to get rocked and shifted from the outside.
Well, I'm running away from the
Thankfully,
door.
Peter put up the table, which is somewhat blocking it.
I'm going to
now
brace
we
the
should
door.
Now we should make our exit. And
In the room
I
with the
will-
artifacts, was
I think
there
we
a
should
window?
No.
Okay.
That's not up to building regulations today.
Raymond, if you would please follow me, sir.
And as you
Indeed.
begin, like
okay.
kind of walking out, a gunshot comes in through the door and splinters a piece of the door, kind of just right above.
And we're running,
Vadim's
and
head.
we're running.
Vadim, let's
I'm
go.
on-
And we're
I'm
running.
already
Yes,
running.
we all leave quickly.
Yes, I.
Note, I was
follow,
the first one running.
I follow Peter.
Okay. And
Peter will be
as-
following
Oswald is making it all seem like his idea, even though Larissa is in front.
Raymond's following us. We got
While
a nice
they're
little
running,
conga line of
Yeah,
terror.
Congo.
we while we're running, Vadim pulls out his pocket watch and whispers under his breath, "Blagoslavi Jego Bug," and then puts it away.
Means what?
It means God bless him.
Okay. As all of you begin to start running, the doors burst open, and you see two men in like very nice suits with like duster overcoats and fedoras on.
I
You don't see their faces. You can't make out any features. They look like black shadows, and you see they're holding two submachine guns, Tommy guns, and they raise them and just begin like firing shots off into the hallway. behind
I leap to cover or the ground or whatever.
Dive to any doors that were along the
I was
side.
gonna say, you said it was a
track
T
along-
junction, right? So we
Yeah.
have a corner.
Yeah, there's you get like halfway down the hallway, and there's like left or right.
Are there any
Great.
doors there?
Yeah, there's lots of doors.
Okay, well, in that case, I'm just gonna open the first door and run to the room.
Okay. You go in, and it's a similar room to the one that you were in previously.
Is there a window?
There's no window, no.
Is there anything
I
I can
follow.
hide? Where I can hide?
There is a large cupboard.
Yeah, okay, that's too obvious. I just stand next to the door, ready to smash in the skull of the first person that
Oswald
comes through.
keeps sprinting straight to the corner. Then goes for the longer straight, but the for sure cover.
Okay.
I follow, as I am loyal. Actually, can I? How far behind me is Peter and?
I don't know. Peter, how far back from him would you say you are?
I'd say about 10 feet.
Can I try and hurry Peter and Vadim in front of me?
Sure. I guess I'll leave it up to them if they want to let you do that.
Yeah.
I let
I
him
would.
do it, but I also like drag him like faster.
And I run behind them swiftly.
Peter will ask, where's the girl? Is she alright?
I don't know. I can't hardly see anyway. Just.
Where's
this
the
room
gang?
down that way?
Yeah, actually, if it's dark, did they even see me go into the room? Because I closed the door behind me.
I was
Roll a
right
stealth
behind
check.
them.
I forgot to have you do that anyway.
Success!
Doesn't matter what fucking game we're
super
playing, does
sneaky.
it?
Yeah, no, I would say that they probably don't see you.
Okay, either way, I close the door behind me quietly and just get ready to strike the first person that comes through the door.
Okay.
Do I know where Larissa went?
No, that's what that roll was
No, no, she rolled super high stealth. So.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, the guys were at the beginning of the hallway and the others were just right behind me, so...
Well, I
But-
was right behind. He,
Okay.
I would have a pretty clear view. Raymond would, because I'm tiny. But anyone behind Raymond would not have a clear view.
Okay.
I would say
Going
like
behind Raymond would see a lot of Raymond.
I would say that they saw you like cut off from the rest of the group and like what hallway you went down, but as far as like
Yeah.
what specific room, probably not.
Yeah, you're somewhere in one of the rooms clearly because there's hallway in front of me now and not you. So
Okay.
you went somewhere, but it's like we're going down further and trying to get behind the wall rather than just into a room.
Do we reach the corner?
Yeah, you do.
Nice.
Left.
Upon
Sorry, go
Okay.
ahead.
Left is
right,
what
as we turn left, upon reaching the corner, I turn to Oz and say, Oz! Red light.
red light.
For backstory purposes, red light is a tactic deployed by Oz and Raymond when beating up people where you hide around a corner, wait for them to come around that corner, and pummel them to death.
Oh.
Okay. All right, so all of you are in your hiding positions.
Oz takes 2 paces back, draws the gun, and waits right around the corner.
Raymond kneels down on one knee so that Oz can shoot over him and gets ready to grab someone.
There we go.
Oh yeah, here. In fact,
Oh, by the way,
This is a routine.
I also want to listen to everything that happens outside, so I know if anyone comes even close to the door.
okay. So yeah, roll a listen check.
And I'm also listening for when they come around the corner because I tap them on the shoulder when it's ready.
That is a success. Damn.
Okay.
Oh.
So yeah, if anybody comes down the corridor or close to the door that you're at, you'll know about it.
Nice
In
roll.
fact, yeah, all of you will be able
Wow.
to see anybody coming.
Nice.
It is a singular hallway, so there's not really like some cover, but you're gonna see somebody duck behind a potted plant in like a straight hallway.
So now when you two come around the corner, you get a better look at it because he's not pointing it like directly at you. You're just coming around the corner and he's got it drawn. He's got this revolver in his hand, and underneath his thumb, you can see this handle of like just pristine carved ivory, like one of the most expensive things you've ever seen in your life. And you can
So it
see
would
it
be
just
at, like,
by
this
looking
corner?
at it.
I would say like on this side of it, because this is the hallway over here that they're
This
coming
side?
down. Yeah. So you
Cool.
can either hide on like left side, the right side, or like
Yeah,
back.
we're stacked up like this. Get out from
Okay.
behind my bodyguard, little fucker. It's my meat shield.
And as you do, you see a pair of men walking down the hallway very slowly. They have their guns slightly raised and at the ready. And you still don't see their faces. They're just
So right before they come
inky
around the
black
corner,
like a shadow.
oh god! Right before they come around the corner, Oswald taps Raymond on the back twice and gets the gun ready to fire the second he sees one of them.
Okay.
Raymond is prepared to launch off from the corner.
And they are walking down the hallway, kind of looking around, inspecting all the doors, and it seems to be maybe any tracks that they might find or signs of which way you might have gone.
Peter's gonna quickly whisper to Vadim. Vadim, do you have any alcohol on you?
No, I do not. Sorry.
And they're standing right at the cusp of the corner. If you kind of ducked out around the corner and peeked out, you would be able to see them right there standing.
Are they in grabbing distance?
I would say so, yeah.
If they're within arm's reach, I'm grabbing an ankle.
I would say one of them is at the very least.
Right. At least if one of them is. As soon as I see a tip of a toe come round this corner, I grab the foot and pull it straight towards me.
Okay, roll for it.
I don't know how you roll grapples.
I believe
Brawl.
that's just a brawl.
Yeah.
Brawl. Nice.
Raymond
Okay.
Gargoyle Dawn.
You grab him, and as you do, your arm passes right through him.
What?
I shoot my gun.
Roll a sanity check, Raymond.
Can
You shoot
can
your
I
gun,
shoot my gun? Can I shoot it
and-
multiple times?
the bullets pass right through him, and
Fuck.
it's almost like passing through smoke.
Ray, we gotta go. Ray, we gotta go. Ray.
Sorry, as this is all happening, Peter's gonna take a long swig, I guess. And this time he's going to look at the direction of the smoke to see if there's any vent around the area.
Okay. Roll a spot hidden. And Raymond, you take 2 sanity.
This is the
Dang,
first
you
time
have a
red light
good
has ever
spot
failed.
hidden.
So there are, like on either side, there is like a wall air vent. You know, that's kind of like at the bottom of the ceiling, but still like on the wall. It seems like maybe there's like cooler ducts going through there.
Okay, he quickly taps Vadim. Vadim, get them. We need to go.
Alrighty. And
And
I
then-
get them and stuff.
Get who? The rest of your team or
Yeah,
the 2
the rest
guys?
of our team.
Okay. So yeah, what are you telling them? Like, what are you doing to get their attention?
I tap Oswald on the back of the shoulder. There is no way that we can really defeat them. So my Russian accent is dissolving again.
We're running.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. You go to tap Oswald on the shoulder, and he's like 4 paces past you.
He's like clamoring over you, like get the fuck out of the way.
So you're like you and Peter are like looking for vents, and you're like, all right, yeah, and then you hear a pop pop, fuck,
And like, whenever Raymond tried to grab the one figure on the left and
Yeah.
failed, you see him like kind of look at Raymond and begin talking, but you don't hear words per se. You just hear like,
yeah.
Question. What is this thing?
that is just like a heating system,
Maybe I should make this place super hot.
like a radiator.
Maybe we should fucking leave, and that's
Yes.
what Oswald does.
Bolting it.
I'm going to I'm going to grab Peter and dodge behind this box.
Okay. And the box would be like enough to get you up to climb into the vent.
And
Larissa, what are you
is the
doing?
vent big enough?
I would say it's big enough. Raymond can like just barely fit through it, but
That's a big vent.
yeah, it's
I see them scrambling, and Oswald tries to follow after him too, I guess.
Can I run towards this box, take the lid, and hold it out to try and block bullets, or lessen their impact a little bit?
Oswald like reaches down and grabs his arm because he knows it's not gonna do anything, and tries to pull him.
sure, yeah.
Just like hold it while everyone's getting into the vent.
Because I would say Oswald has made it into the vent, Vadim and Peter have made it into the vent. So right now it's
Okay.
just Raymond on the ground.
If-
And
now that I'm
Oswald would
now that I'm the
wait
last
for
one.
Raymond. Oswald
Right.
would be the last one before Raymond.
No. Raymond's the last one before Oswald.
No. I mean,
Goes.
Oswald goes before you, but he makes sure he's last before you.
Right. Okay. That's fine. As soon as Oswald's in that vent, I'm gonna bail on the metal box shield and also climb up.
And the phone in the distance stops ringing once again. The lights are still off. So, okay, Raymond, you are climbing up into the vent now?
Yeah. I have now thrown the box lid asunder and I'm climbing in.
Okay. As you get up into the vent, you kind of look back behind you, and you see, like, the fedora and head of one of the men, like, looking into the vent after you as you're, like, climbing through. And you see him, like, reach his arm in, and some of the black smoke begins to, like, leave off of his body and fills the vent and begins chasing after you.
Oh fuck.
Since you're in the back, roll a dex for me.
Okay.
Shit.
Okay. So this black mist begins to travel down the air vent towards you, and it's getting closer and closer, and you can feel like the tension kind of rise in your heartbeat, and you begin sweating profusely. and the black mist is just coming closer and closer. And as it gets closer to you, it shoots ahead of you, and you see like two very large wisps like go up into your nose.
Is it evident to me that this mist is very dangerous and could very much possibly kill me?
I would say you probably know it's not good. Yeah.
Yeah. In that case, can I attack the vent to leave?
Sure.
Can I just like give like a solid pound on like one of the seams to try and like drop it from the ceiling and like slide out?
Yeah, so roll roll for that.
The plan is that way the mist doesn't continue through the vent and upset everyone.
And like as you're doing this, like some has gotten into your nose.
That is upsetting.
So go ahead and roll sanity for me as well.
Hey.
Okay.
There's a sanity check.
He smells nothing.
So the black mist like goes up into your nose, and you begin coughing. It feels like the back of your throat and your nasal cavities are just on fire. And you kind of cough a few times, and the black mist like exits out from your mouth and like dissipates into almost like physical black ash.
Ray, are you alright?
And I slam down on the seam of the vent.
Is everything all right back there?
So yeah, we'll say right now you guys are in the vent. And did you roll?
Beats the shit out of it is what he does.
Okay, so you rolled brawl. So you do manage to bust a hole in the side of the vent. And
does it take me with him since he's right behind me?
wait, what?
I'm punching onto the seam of the vent, so it like
he's like hitting
breaks
beneath
off.
him. Does it take me with him because I'm right in front of him?
I would say
Because
no.
he knocks out a section.
Right,
Okay,
cool.
no, but there's just a chunk of vent missing.
But I now
behind me.
fall from the vent, right?
Yeah, it's like in front of
Cool.
you, or you're in front of him, and he like knocks the vent, and Oswald just looks behind him, like Raymond, and you just see Raymond like fall with the vent like into the ground, and it's
Does
still
like
very
the smoke
dark.
like come out of the vent like with me, so that it's not following them?
Yeah, I would say that that's enough to make it so
Nice.
that it's not traveling down the air duct anymore.
Do I see
Right.
it go after Raymond, or is it just kind of like hanging in the air? Do I see it? If I look behind me, because I would after hearing Raymond cough.
It gets to the broken section, and much like when it left his body, it just kind of turns into like a physical, like light ash, and just kind of wisps and floats down to the ground.
But it goes down after
Yeah.
Raymond.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, no, Oswald fucking pushes back and goes back.
Raymond is going to
Well-
run along the same direction as the vent and just scream, "Keep going!"
Okay.
Here, as he's about to drop, he keeps crawling.
Okay. Currently where Raymond fell, roll a spot hidden.
Okay. Ooh. I have a 25.
There you go.
Okay. You look around and you are in like a similar looking lab type room, and
Cool.
you peek over by where the door is and see Larissa.
I'm assuming I noticed the very heavy guy falling to the ground with the vent.
Yeah, I figured that probably went without saying.
Is that like a ready action though?
Unless, Raymond's trying to be stealthy about it.
I'm not trying to be stealthy about punching my way out of the ceiling.
I'm just
Yeah.
whispering. What? I'm
Yeah,
I'm
you just
whispering.
you just like hear a noise in the vents above you, Larissa, and see like the outside of the duct begin to rupture with like a fist coming through it, and then the entire thing just falls into like a heavy clattering sound.
Okay, after I hear the sound of him falling to the ground, I aggressively whisper, "What the fuck is going on?"
You're made of fucking mist! Fuck!
Do you need help?
There's some supernatural fucking bastards!
Roll
Faster
listen
lads,
checks for
1,
me.
2, 1, 2. Faster lads.
Larissa and Raymond roll listen checks for me.
Okay.
I'm very scared. Where is there?
Oh, I have a 20 in this.
Oh my god, that's not a success. Holy fuck.
Okay. Larissa, through the door, you hear slow, meticulous footsteps walking down the hallway. Not seeming to be in any rush whatsoever. And they're just very thudding. Just dum, dum.
Well, now I know they're made out of mist. Therefore, I would like to go to the cupboard now. Can I hide in it?
Can I gesture to Larissa that maybe the vent is getting...
You're like cutting out a ton.
Yeah, you cut out a little bit there.
Oh, that's upsetting. Can I suggest to Larissa that maybe the vent is a pretty good idea, as it's the only way to the door?
You again cut out a bit.
Only way to
Lovely.
the door.
Okay, so
Just how you
vent
feel.
good, door bad.
We
That was
got
much
that
better.
one. We got that one. Talk like that more.
Okay.
Wait, is the
We've
vent
got to
like in
get
the
outta
ceiling?
Yeah, I would say it's probably
I'll hold my hands
That-
up to give you a boost.
it's like 7 to 8 feet up above like the floor.
That
like,
must
close
have
to
been a
the ceiling.
big box.
Hmm.
I'll give you a
how-
boost.
I'm not leaving you here.
You can pull me up.
No, I can actually.
You know what? Yeah.
You're a strong individual.
Yeah, I go up with this help to the vent
Both
and
just
try to
flex at each other for a minute.
yeah,
Just like
and try to pull him up.
Okay, roll a strength for me.
Shit.
Okay, can I roll a strength to just climb up her arms?
Sure. Actually, do a dex. Or no,
Oh.
strength's fine.
Oh,
strength's
okay.
fine. Okay, so yeah, you manage to very painfully clamber up her arm, and she's just like as you're like climbing
Well, I
up.
would-
Like, the
Well, I would
hand,
try
like,
to
in
stay
the face.
quiet.
And as soon as you guys get up into the vent, the door just slowly opens,
But we're in the vent.
and you see
Do-
the two
Do we move?
silhouettes at the door looking in, and they're just kind of surveying around the room. and
Okay, but
looking
they're
around.
not looking into the vent.
No, they're looking at they're looking at the crashed vent part in the floor and kind of
Right.
like looking up to the vent itself. But they don't see you because you're like pretty far inside. And you just see them kind of look around at the debris, and one kind of it's a weird movement. It's almost like phase shifting. He's at the door, and then it seems like almost in the blink of an eye, and like a puff of black smoke, he's like right by the cupboard that Larissa was going to hide in, and he's like kind of looking around it, and you see him like put his nose up to it and just, and then turns around and looks at the other one, and they kind of nod to each other and exit the room.
They're gone. I think they
Sorry.
could smell us.
Sorry, just to backtrack a bit. Would Peter have heard Raymond fall from
You
the
did,
vent?
and then you heard Oswald encouraging you forward after attempting to go back and being
Okay.
encouraged otherwise.
Yeah, I would
So then-
definitely say like all of you heard that.
Okay.
Then you heard, "Go on." I was just like,
Okay.
"Fine."
Every-
He was not being quiet about it.
Okay, so if he heard to go on, Peter would continue to follow the smoke, his cigarette smoke, towards an exit.
Oswald's
Okay.
just following at the back of that group, just going, "Forward march, lads! Forward march!" Just looking straight down and crawling ahead, and not thinking about it, just going forward.
Okay. So you crawl ahead, and the vent dead ends going forward and takes a sharp left.
I thought you were just gonna say the vent dead ends, and I was like, what the fuck?
And you're fucked.
What is this vent?
Yeah, and it cuts off to the left.
Can we squeeze through the left?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
kind of a tight squeeze for Raymond, but he gets through.
How?
Okay.
What's Raymond's size?
Big guy, right?
Big.
No, yeah. My size is 70. You're a little bigger, aren't you?
My size is 72.
Yeah.
like 70 and 2, not that number, you know.
Okay.
72.
So yeah, you begin following the left junction.
Yep.
Okay.
I am 40. I'm a tiny boy.
So yeah, you begin following that, and it leads you down the vent, and up ahead in the darkness, you hear like a chittering, like
Is this in the front or the? What do you mean?
this is coming from ahead of you,
Ahead of you.
Uh,
Okay.
further into the vent.
Okay. He'll try to be as quiet as possible and try to see what this is.
Okay. Roll spot hidden.
There we go.
Okay.
Jesus.
So up ahead of you, there are a group of 3 rats that are eating a pigeon. And
Do
it's
they
it's already dead, and they're just like feasting on its body within the air vent.
Do they look like normal rats?
As far as you can tell, yeah.
Okay. Peter will take out one of his swords, the wakazisashi, the smaller one, and he tries to prod them to the side. And he whispers back, "Be careful. There is rats around here."
And when you do, like one of the rats kind of like rears back and tries to bite at the sword blade, and
Breaks
you can
its
see
fucking
that it's like baring its teeth and like really trying to take a chunk out of whatever's touching it.
All right. Well, at that point, he'll just kill it, or he'll try to kill it.
Okay, so yeah,
Tap
roll
it with
for
a
your
sword that bleeds to death.
rate.
It seems you have chosen
Oh, yeah.
combat.
Oh, nice.
Okay,
You have chosen poorly.
so
You're
yeah,
chosen death.
The path you
You,
walk is that of death.
Isn't
The,
that a
uh,
quote from Batman?
Shut
I
up.
don't know.
Okay.
Shut up.
the sword you have is extremely sharp. It's like razor sharp, and it doesn't take much more than putting pressure with the sharp blade on the rat's body before it just punctures like a grapefruit.
Oh.
It's all juicy.
And you see like coming out of it, it's like green, like a green foamy
Ugh.
liquid and like bones from smaller creatures.
Yum.
Ugh. He doesn't remove it yet in case it's some kind of poison or something to prevent it from, I guess, poisoning the group. So he just leaves it on it at the very tip as he's crawling forward.
Okay.
Oh.
Who would be in the middle of the group?
I
Oz
would.
is at the back. Yeah.
No, you're in the
Mm.
middle because you got two ahead, then you, and
Oh,
then
that's right. Yeah. So technically, I am in the dead middle.
yeah.
Okay. As you're like crawling over the vent, you feel like on your stomach, below the vent, tap, tap from underneath.
I look. Is there someone there?
And you see the 2 figures with a mop handle that is like prodding the vent to see if it sounds hollow or full.
I like put my hands out in front of me and I reach my toes out behind me and I lift myself up to make as little surface area as possible because I am very small and kind of dexterous.
Okay.
Like a cat.
Yeah, like just kind of like
The panic in
lessening.
your voice is beautiful.
I'm terrified.
And you feel again from below, tap, tap, tap.
I'm not okay right now. He's making as little surface area contact as possible to make it sound hollow, and he's just gonna sit there over the vent and not move a fucking inch.
And whoever's in front of Oswald, on your stomach, underneath, you hear tap, tap, tap.
I do
You
the
feel-
exact same.
Feel the vibrations. The vent begins to shake around like somebody's trying to like almost tear it from where it's sitting. And it's just kind of rocking back and forth with all of you in it.
I tightly grip, like, probably one of the seams as best as I can so that I won't shake around.
Okay.
Is it rocking all of us or just the ones in the middle?
I would say it mostly affects the ones in the middle, but everyone can kind of feel the air vent like swaying back and forth.
Okay.
And then it stops. And then you hear
Fuck.
Peter will grab his lighter, his petrol lighter. I guess it's like a tin, and he throws it as far as he can in front of him to make a distraction, like a noise, as if someone's crawling on that side.
And as soon as it hits, bullet holes just riddle that spot. Just it looks like a cheese grater in front of you.
Peter will whisper back, "Back, go back now."
I start really lightly stepping back.
Oswald isn't moving.
You mean crawling back?
Crawling back. You know
You
what I
run
mean.
into Oswald.
Because you guys are like John McClaning it through these.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Through these.
Oh, yeah, no
You're not
shoes.
like walking.
You
Having a Sunday
go
stroll
to
through the
back up.
vent.
You go to back up and you run into Oswald. He is not moving.
All of you roll stealth.
Oh.
I'm gonna fail.
Nope.
Oh.
Nope.
Nah.
No,
Yeah,
no.
no.
So as you go to begin moving, all of you just kind of make unwanted noise. You're being a lot louder than you thought
Ray.
you would.
Emergency
And-
exit. Ray, emergency exit.
I
Yes.
use.
Just down the line of you, from front all the way to the very last person, comes in a shot.
Fuck.
Oh god.
Oh,
So whoever's last doesn't get tagged. Or yeah, the two last people don't
No.
get tagged.
We're the healthiest people.
Yay!
Okay, yeah, I would just like to say we all took 1 damage though.
Yeah.
Right.
Did you not set that up
Fucking
right?
hell, you got.
No, you just really rolled terribly.
Yeah. One's a 3 actually.
Yeah, fuck.
So
Oh.
whoever the first person is takes 3, and the rest.
I am
take.
so sorry, Peter.
Peter. Oh my!
Rough.
And the 2 that missed were
I know.
6s, bruh. Oh my god.
I mean, it's not too bad.
And a crit fail. Oh my god.
By the way, if you drop under, I think it's 3, you get knocked unconscious.
All right.
That's a third of my health, man. Shit.
Fuck.
I
And-
flop down onto the vent to pretend I'm dead.
Well,
Okay.
Oswald is still shouting for emergency exit.
Emergency exit's coming right up.
Yeah, I mean, there's literally like the tunnel ahead of you or behind you, or you can.
Emergency
There's
exit.
one more direction.
And that's
Okay.
down.
Could we go down?
So you're trying to break the vent again?
Yep.
And I'm
Okay.
trying to do it with him, just to kind of like go with him. I know I can't break it, so I'm just
Okay.
gonna kind of like shove myself with him.
So
With
Both hands down on the team of the vent.
So as you do, the 2 figures below you, you see them like look up as soon as like all this noise is being made, and they start to raise their machine guns again. And before they can pull the trigger, the vent just goes with all of you in it and
Yeah.
lands on top of them. And the smoke is like severely disturbed and spread out very thinly. And you see it
Fucking run! I
like
shout
very faintly like
as soon as we
go
land.
like very faintly like go underneath the space under the door back into the hallway.
Mad dash for the main exit.
Yeah, mad
Ooh.
dash.
Yeah.
Just mad
I'd like to
dash.
take note of that.
go!
And as you like run out of the door, you see in front of you the 2 forms are already beginning to reform. You see like feet and like the bottom of legs, and it's just slowly like regenerating.
If they're made of mist, then I could just go through 'em. Keep going forward.
Yep.
I'm gonna
just
rush
keep
everyone
going.
ahead
Yeah.
of me.
Yeah, so you guys are like running out of the room and just like running either through them or past them and just booking it to the front.
I'd very specifically like to run through them as I perturb the mist more.
Okay.
Yeah, so is Oswald. He's like waving his arms and shit.
Like clothes lining them.
Okay. And as you do, there is a set of double doors ahead of you that you're basically running right into.
Karate kick him open.
Okay.
I do a sick backflip.
And as you do, you were brought into the main museum.
Out
and
the front door.
And there are 3 similar men standing there with pretty much any staff that was left in the museum after it closed, just basically rounded up onto the ground. Some of them are drooling profusely and like shaking their heads back and forth. One of them is kind of like rocking himself back and forth in like a fetal position on the ground.
Do they look like they're unconscious?
They're still conscious,
Okay.
but they don't look all the way there.
Alright. Call me crazy. Can I, from my bag of useful things, take out a shovel and throw it through one of them in order to try and demist them?
Sure. I guess roll a dex for like a ranged.
Can I not roll throw?
Yeah.
Row
Sorry,
would be,
that's fine.
yeah.
Fuck, I put points in that.
That would be perfect.
Shit.
Oh, damn. So you throw the shovel, but your hands are so sweaty from just this constant pursuit that it just slips out of your hand and falls maybe like 2 feet in front of you.
Well, I got their attention.
And
I'm booking it for the main exit. Fuck all of this.
Straight
And, like,
behind that cover.
as you do that, you see their heads kind of turn from the people who are grouped up on the ground, and they just slowly turn their heads to you, all in unison. And you look, and there's no facial features. It's just black, inky darkness that you see, like their clothes, their skin, everything. And
Afternoon.
as you like go to run by, they're just slowly looking at you, and you see tendrils of mist like start to come off of them.
Yeah, we're just running.
Oswald
Yeah.
ducks behind cover because he assumes they have guns like the others.
Yeah, and they are holding pistols and
Likewise.
not so much like submachine guns, but they have like pistols, and one has like a shotgun.
I'm
He's
going
gonna
to
take the
roll
long way
towards the
around.
nearest cover, and then I'm going to. I have a question. We've proven that running through these guys will demist them, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like the more force and mass behind it, the more it demists them, but they almost always instantly start to reform.
Okay. Is there anything on this pedestal?
Which pedestal?
The one they're right next to.
That no, that's less of like a pedestal and more kind of like a decorative floor area.
Hey Mike, is there any light sources here that are fueled by petrol or gas, or is it all like electrical?
It's all electrical. Yeah.
Are there any chandeliers in this area?
Yeah. There's like a crystal chandelier above the main room.
Yeah, Peter would shout out that Oswald, sir, shoot the chandelier.
Meanwhile, Oswald's like Pink Panther walking across the back. And just call him and yell at him, and he's like, "Shit, I've been spotted."
He's like Wile E. Coyote when he gets caught mid-air and he camera.
Ding ding ding. Blinks at the camera.
Yeah. So are you? What are you trying to do?
Well, if I managed to rotate as far as I did, I was kind of like trying to sneak while they were talking, because that's all he'd be focused on. Would be getting around to where he was. If he got to there, he would. If he was farther back, he wouldn't. So I don't know how far you'd let me get there with that bullshit. So I was trying to sneak around while they all rushed and were like just bull rushing. He was gonna try to sneak around the backside.
Okay.
Behind
So
all the cover
roll.
and
So
stuff.
roll stealth for me.
I was hoping you wouldn't ask that. Shit, so close.
So
That's my reaction too. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
So you go to like duck behind, and as you do, you just see one like fixated on you and sees you like everywhere that you move. He sees you like dart across the floor behind.
Well, if he sees me, there's no point. And I pull out the gun and I'll take a shot.
Okay. At him.
Not at the thing above the fuel above that he was saying.
The chandelier.
Fueling the chandelier.
Yeah, it's just like a big crystal chandelier. It's not necessarily made out of like fire or candles. It's electric, but it is large.
It's a big thing that can disrupt them.
Yeah. So go ahead and take a shot.
I'd love to. And this is where it comes out that he's a terrible
Oh,
fucking shot.
Oh my god, you're so bad.
It's all for show. It's
Can
all
you
for
still
show.
Can you still do what's it called? The push your luck thing?
Might as well. Fuck it. Does it? Can it? What does it do? didn't
Yeah,
know.
and the bullet like whizzes past the cable,
I'll push it if I can.
holding everything up.
Nah. Fuck it.
As you do this, you see the two other doors pop open, and the two other figures walking out with the remainder of the relics that were on display. And you see all of them like look to each other, and they like swirl about like the black mist, and then form into one
Oh no.
of them.
Oh, they're
Oh,
one
no.
mega noir.
And you see them like look at you. Actually, all of you roll sanity.
Ooh, that's a nice surprise.
Nope.
Can I ask how high up the chandelier is from the floor?
Roughly
Wow,
like
that's one.
like 35 feet. So 3 of you.
Can I ask how tall the Stegosaurus is?
Like 12 feet. So all of you that failed take 4.
Oh, that was so close to being
Okay.
a breakdown.
Rough.
Oh man.
Um,
I only have
and-
50 more to go.
As the figure like turns into the one singular figure, he turns around and looks at you and tips his hat, and then dematerializes through the wall.
Oh, that snide fucker.
Bastard. I had such a fucking plan.
I had such a good plan as well.
You see the people that have been grouped up. One of them is Bernard Levachet, the curator. You see there's a large gash on the side of his head that is just bleeding profusely.
Oswald leaves. Oswald leaves right then, grabs Raymond, fucking books it. Ow, God.
Okay.
Peter will try and grab Bernard and like just drag him out through the entrance.
Bloody police officer foreigner should not be here. Let's go.
I will go up to the guy and try to do first aid.
Aw, we're
Okay.
gone.
Oh, we're fucking leaving.
So wait, are these three gone now?
Irish goodbye.
Yeah, those they reformed
materialized into
into
one.
a singular person and
Disappeared.
like phased out through the wall.
Okay, because I had a brilliant idea.
It's gone.
I thought you were leaving.
My brilliant idea was
Yeah.
to jump onto here and then jump to the chandelier and grab onto it
That
with my
was
cane.
my plan. Ah.
So yeah, go ahead and roll
First aid.
first aid.
Can I also roll first
Yeah.
aid?
I
was gonna
thought you're
say-
gone.
I was gonna say medicine check.
I'm not gone. Other
Yeah.
people are gone.
Okay.
Oswald and Raymond booked it.
Yeah. So medicine. I guess not.
Oh
So,
yeah, but yeah.
so Larissa, you do manage to kind of patch up Mr. Levachet. Not greatly, but it stopped the bleeding. He is also one though that is drooling profusely, and you see that his head is like kind of twitching back and forth, and his eyes are like rolling kind of into the back of his head.
Okay, I'm just looking to one of the other guys, and just say, "Call a fucking ambulance."
Where is a phone that we could use?
Yeah, because like most of the people, like all of them, I would say, are kind of in this catatonic state.
What time is it right now?
I would say about
Late.
midnight.
Yeah.
I think we should leave before it's get any more dangerous. And then we will go.
Do phone cells exist in the 1930s? I don't know.
No.
Do what?
Phone booths. Phone booths.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
phone
do,
booths
actually.
yeah.
Okay, well in that case, I'm going to run out and look for the nearest phone booth.
Okay. So yeah, roll spot hidden.
I put points in this.
Hey.
Yay!
And
I
it
propose
paid
to
off.
throw.
Okay, so yeah, down the street from the library, like down the stairs and a little bit down the street, you do see a phone booth.
Okay, well I'm calling a fucking ambulance.
Okay, so you run up and like pull the receiver off the hook, I should say, and there's static on the other line, and you just hear the all too familiar noise.
Okay, well the moment I realize the phone isn't working, I'm hanging up. I'm not even gonna listen to it.
And as soon as you do, it begins ringing again.
Well, I'm not picking. Well, I'm picking it up. Fuck it. I'm assuming I already dialed the number and all, not just the weird noise the moment I picked up the cell phone, right?
No, I would say like as soon as you picked it up and like went to start dialing, you heard the static on the other
Okay,
end.
but was I finished dialing? Like, was the call already going out?
No, the call didn't go out.
Okay, well, since I know the call didn't go out, I'm not gonna pick it up because no one is calling back.
Okay, so what are you doing?
What am I doing?
I don't know. There's a phone ringing in front of you.
Well, I'm not picking it up. Fuck it, I'm picking.
It's
Fuck it.
clearly not for me. Why would I pick it up?
Okay, I'm a journalist. I'm curious. Like, I'm just gonna pick it up.
Okay. You answer it, and static once again on the other side. Deeply like resonating into your ear. Roll another sanity for me.
Fuck. Yep, that's a fail.
4 sanity is what you lose.
Okay, when do I go temporarily insane?
When you have over 5 sanity loss, I believe.
Yeah, 5 at one time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Time.
Well, okay, that's
Just
good.
under. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, the moment I hear the static again, I pick. I just put the phone down and.
If you're looking for things to do, there is a group of people currently booking it down the street.
Well, I'm trying to get help for the people. Like, I'm just gonna leave them
No,
there.
sir. We have a vehicle that we are going and trying to collect from the
and
power
the-
that isn't there.
Well, I
and-
don't know that.
And the phone has stopped ringing currently.
I'm gonna Dukes of Hazzard over the bonnet.
I race up to them and say, I have a secret hideout. We could
You guys
probably go
stayed
there.
behind, sir.
Yeah, but I came out after you guys.
We'd been running. Would you be able to catch up?
Maybe. Would I be able to? I have quite a good
I would have been
dexterity.
trying not to.
We do have to start an old 1920s car.
Yeah, so roll run.
There's a run
Imagine you-
skill.
Or track, I mean, sorry, track.
Fuck.
I imagine you get in the driver's seat and I'm at the front of.
Okay, that's a
winding
big
it up.
fail.
I rolled worse. I somehow managed to roll worse. Oh, we both failed.
So yeah, you don't catch up.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just walking to the next phone booth and try to spot one. Maybe I'll walk further away on purpose, because maybe the thing only affects this area. Even if I have to run for like half an hour.
I say to Peter, you want to just deal to just sort of get out of here?
Peter's still dragging Bernard.
Do you want to
Try
bring
to-
him to
Oh,
the
God.
hospital first?
Wait, dragging?
Yeah, he's
I know
limp,
you were
right?
dragging him out of there.
Yeah, I'm dragging him out of the
Shit.
museum.
Okay, in that case, I'm gonna turn the fuck around.
Okay.
Trying to save this man's life.
Well, he's the only person that
Right.
stayed.
Raymond.
Larissa.
Fuck off.
Larissa, after a while walking down the sidewalk, you do come to another phone booth.
Well, I'm trying this one out.
Okay.
There are 7 million phone. Please not let eliminate them one by one.
I'm just
Maybe the
trying
next
this one.
It's the most German thing I've ever seen.
Well, if one phone booth isn't working, get to the next one. It's like
That's
one has
exactly.
to.
Yes, thank you for explaining the joke I just made. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
one has to work.
It's also very German.
Yes.
Is it?
Yes. According to
Okay.
you.
Okay, so you are making a call.
Yeah.
Okay. 911.
Yes, hello. I would like to report that in the museum in Arkham, there were several people hurt and not in their right mind. There was a robbery, I guess.
And you hear, "Excuse me, what is your emergency? I can barely hear you."
I repeat the same thing I just said, just louder.
And you hear, I can't hear you. I hear what you're. Hello?
Fuck.
And like the call ends.
Shit. I put the phone down and just kick the phone booth.
Okay.
Oswald gets to the car. Hopefully, puts the bag in the trunk. No, keeps the bag on him. Gets in the driver's seat. Speeds back to where Raymond was running, back for some fucking reason, and goes to pick up Ray in the car.
Ray is bounding over to Peter, who is currently dragging an unconscious bleeding man out. Just runs over and says, "Come the fuck up!" Picks him up, fireman's list over the shoulder, bounding down the stairs back to the car.
Oh, thank you. Let's go.
Like pull up, drift into the.
Okay. Roll drive auto.
Door open, I roll into the seat.
Oh no.
No, that doesn't happen.
So you do, and the tire like bumps up against the curb as you go to like drift into it and blows the tire.
Fuck. These bloody American
Alright.
cars, it's on the wrong side.
Fuck's sake!
I punch in the
Right,
wheel.
I kind of like hoist the unconscious corpse on my shoulder into the car, run round to the back and get the spare wheel out.
Okay.
Change the
So yeah,
fucking
you're
tire.
going to attempt to change the tire.
Yeah, we're
Can
gonna
I like lift the car up with one arm and put the tire on with the other?
Roll a strength and mechanical repair, back to back.
Well, would you look at that? I have
Strength
points in
easily
mechanical
enough.
repair.
Hell yeah.
Get the car lifted up.
Well, I just kind of tear off the
No.
old tire sloppily.
Yeah. For some reason, you can't get the holes to line up on the pins for the tire.
So,
Well, even
Whether
the
it's like-
bolts are different. Are you kidding me?
fucking hell. It's a different fucking make.
This is ridiculous. Well, maybe we can call a repair shop. Here, go try that phone booth over there.
Can I keep struggling at this tire?
Sure.
Because we can't leave without it.
Roll another
Literally.
mechanical repair.
We're closer.
Again, you know, it's like trying to shove a square block through a circle hole. You're just not getting it.
Fuck.
Right, no, listen, you have to take it a little bit slower. I know it's
Not
stressful. I
fucking
know,
going
hey,
on.
look at me.
You're just like trying to
It's
jam
okay.
it on like any way it'll go.
Okay.
Take a deep breath. Listen, you're better at this than I am.
Okay.
Come on, you know this. Show me what.
One more.
Come on.
And right
God
down the street,
Damn it, Ray.
right down the street, the payphone begins to ring again.
Shut
Okay.
the fuck up, phone.
No, I got it, Ray. Ray. Oswald walks over, just kind of absent-mindedly at this point, just kind of cheering on Ray. Goes, yeah, hello.
And there's no answer, and you're
Oh.
just taken.
Come off it then. What is it? What do you want?
Taken by this noise that seems to be reverberating throughout your entire body, shaking your entire being to its core. Roll another sanity.
Oh!
Nah.
Was that another mechanical repair too, Raymond?
Yeah.
Perfect.
99. Jesus.
99 random.
3 sanity.
Jesus Christ, I'm getting hit.
Would anyone else know how to change a tire by
He
chance?
sits on there and he's talking to him. It's like, now listen. This is quite rude. You're hurting those people. You're scaring us. I don't like this.
I could try.
It's quite rude. And then he hangs up very angrily. Turns away. He's like, some people. And then he reaches and pats the bag. Is the thing still there in his bag?
Yes, it is.
All right, he's gonna take it out and look at it.
Okay. And that was the cosmic.
The cosmic
Dreamcatcher?
dream catcher.
Okay. And what are you doing? You're just like.
I wanna take an inspection of it out here. Maybe now that more shit has happened, something happens. Is the glow brighter? Is there any sigils I didn't notice before?
Yes, the glow is much brighter.
Shit!
And like so bright, in fact, now that there isn't any light kind of hindering it, it's so bright that it kind of feels like it's beginning to like hurt the back of your eyeballs looking at it.
By the way,
Yeah, just rolled an 8.
yeah,
for his
I
fucking-
would have succeeded on that.
After getting furious at Dyer, I kind
All
of
the
give up
small
and just
fun
hold the
I
car
would
up
like.
for someone else.
Roll another sanity check as you're looking at this artifact.
There we go, by 1.
Okay.
Ooh.
It almost feels like this artifact is trying to like suck you into it mentally, at
Yeah.
least, and maybe not physically.
Does it
But-
feel? Does it feel like it was trying to take me, or does it feel like it was trying to ask me in?
It feels like
Was it an open door or was it a vacuum?
it was a vacuum.
Right when that happens, he'd take it and try to smash it. Just fucking football spike, middle of the road.
Okay. So yeah, roll for that, I suppose.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Fucks.
So you take it and just slam it onto the ground, and like all of the crystals that make up the glass in it just shatter into almost a dust, and all that's left behind is like the leather and wire work that held all of it together.
He takes it and fucking punts that off the ground. Fucking
Okay.
get in my fucking mind.
You like
Never
go to
again.
kick it, and it just kind of lands on your foot and sticks onto it for a second. You have to like shake your foot to get it off.
It's fucking garbage.
So, were you letting Vadim fix the car on that
Yes.
mechanical repair?
After what is countless fails at a skill I have points in, I hold the car up and let Vadim, with
Who has
what
a
is
10?
no mechanical skill, just effortlessly change this tire.
Okay.
He's never even touched a car before.
Larissa, what are you doing after making your call? Are you walking back towards there?
I am
or-
running the fuck home, or like to next phone booth, but probably more home.
the next phone booth. God fucking damn it.
No, I'm just.
Maybe the next one will get it.
Well, here's the thing: the one the closest was garbage. This one is further away. It was also garbage, but it was at least working. Therefore, when I go home and call from the landline, it's going to work.
You sound like
Uh-oh.
my mother.
Sounds like she's already insane.
You're gonna be
No,
like,
I'm just-
well, if I get the plane ticket, I'll be further away.
There's something going on in Arkham.
Okay, so basically you are booking it back to your house,
Yeah.
apartment. Okay.
Because I am done with this bullshit. I just want to make sure these people don't, I don't know, die or then they get the care they need, and then I can go the fuck to sleep because it's midnight.
Okay.
In real life.
Peter.
No,
what
in
are
real
you
life, in
doing?
real life it's 3 a.m. actually.
F.
Oh.
Peter, what are you doing? Are you riding in the car with them? Are you like sticking with these guys?
Yeah, he's sticking with them, but as he's riding the car, he's gonna try and remember what those things look like and try and sketch them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's like a performance check.
There's like
be-
an arts and crafts skill check, and I put down sketching, painting.
Okay, so yeah, go ahead and roll that.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, cool. So yeah, hard success. You almost like with a photographic memory, just get every feature, what few of them might have been, and by the time you're done drawing it, it just seems like a standing shadow outfitted in era appropriate attire, the long trench coat, the fedora, and just darkness.
Hmm.
So with the car fixed, where are all of you going? I'll say at this point, Larissa has made it home, and you like
Time
get
for
home
another phone call.
and like close the door, like lock it behind you. And you're trying to call 911 again.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, you call 911, and you hear 911. What's your emergency?
Hello, can you understand me?
And she says, yes. What is your emergency?
And at the museum in Arkham, a lot of people are hurt. I think they're not in their right mind. I think there was a robbery of some kind. I called earlier, but the connection was terrible.
And she says, yes. Sending people on it. We've gotten a few calls about this issue.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
And I hang up.
Okay. And the other person like hangs up too, and you put the phone back on the receiver.
Synchronized hanging up.
No, you
Like-
hang up first. No,
And as soon as you hang up the phone, it automatically begins ringing.
Nope.
Okay, I am picking up and just put it back down again.
Okay.
Wait, is like calling back a thing? I don't think it is, right?
Redial does not
Yeah.
exist on
Okay, well that.
No.
And as soon as you like pick it up and then put it back down on the receiver, just without a beat, just begins ringing again.
Oh,
Okay, pick it up
no.
again and just yeah to the thing. I don't want your fucking insurance, and put it back down.
Okay. And like as you go to like close it down, as soon as it hits the receiver again, it's just ringing.
God damn it.
I pull the fucking plug of this phone. Fuck it.
Okay. You do, and it continues to ring.
I just roll my eyes and pick it up again.
Okay. You're picking it up.
Yeah, this time I'm listening. Very annoyed, knowing what's going to come.
So
At least I'm
whenever you pick it up, you hear Howard Crawford, your boss on the other end of the line,
Oh shit.
and says, "I'm sorry I've called so late. I just wanted to call and see how the museum exhibit went.
It went. I'm sorry. It went
Is
absolutely
everything
terrible.
okay?"
It went terrible. It went terrible.
And he says, "I've been hearing sirens like driving by my house. Is everything okay?"
Lots of people were I don't know if they were physically hurt, but they weren't looking well. We've gotten strange phone calls all day long, and lots of men showed up with guns. They tried to steal the artifacts of the new exhibit, and they had guns. I don't think anyone is badly hurt though.
And he says, "Oh my God, that sounds terrible. Well, as long as you're okay, that we'll see you at work tomorrow, though."
Yeah, sure. And then I hang up.
And yeah, you just hear click on the other line. Okay, so for those of you that are now driving together, where are you going?
To
I
the
think we
should head to the
hospital.
hospital.
I
Yeah,
wasn't
hospital.
expecting to have two people and an unconscious person in my car, so for a little bit, Oswald's just driving in circles.
Okay.
But once eventually they start screaming, hospital, hospital, you try to find a hospital.
Okay. So yeah, roll a spot hidden.
Extreme success.
Ooh.
Okay. So despite not being in this country for very long, the hospital is a very large structure within the city. So it's pretty
Backwards
easy to
roads.
tell like where it's at, and you know, you might not have gone like the quickest way, but you make it there easily. And pull up, and there's ambulances, and you see being pulled out of the ambulances are some of the other people who are at the museum, and they're on gurneys, and they've been restrained with like a leather strap kind of tied into their mouth, and you just see them like violently like trying to like bust loose from the gurneys.
Well, lads, it seems that this will be goodbye. Please take your friend and be on your way. Raymond, it is time for us to make our leave.
If you say so.
Thank you for the ride.
I lift him out of the side seat of the car and hand him off to the two.
Thank you again, Raymond. Be safe.
You too.
Thank you very much.
Okay. So
Do I have a business
Peter,
card? Can I ask?
I would say probably, yeah.
Cool. Can I give him a business card? Just so they know where to call.
Sure.
It's just
That's
my
fine.
business card, but it's like my name scratched out and your name's
Yeah, it
already
has
pen.
Raymond written in biro.
Yeah, so Peter and the Dean, what are you doing?
I'm graciously accepting his business card.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, basically
but I
so.
mean, like now that you're at the hospital.
Oh, we're dragging him into the hospital.
Yeah.
Okay. And there's a lot of commotion going on at the hospital right now. And you see one of the doctors who is out like inspecting the patients, like as they arrive, like kind of look at you and see the state of Mr. Lachey or Levachet, and begins like, over here, another one.
Thank you,
And
doctor.
you see like another like nurse come running out with the gurney, and a couple of other like orderlies who help put Mr. Levachet on the gurney and begin wheeling him inside.
We fucking gun it out of there.
Okay.
Indeed.
My question is, how are you gonna get us all back together for the second part of this one shot?
Be pretty easy when all
He'll
this cosmic
do it.
bullshit starts forcing it.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, and as you begin driving away, the radio pops on full blast.
I unplug the radio.
How
The
do
light
you want
fade-
to
The light
You
stays
can
on.
unplug a car radio.
The light stays on, and the sound is still coming from the speakers.
Did you ever really like this thing?
It's a rental. It's fine.
I throw it out the window.
And the sound is still coming through the speakers within the car.
God, Oswald reaches into his bag and shoots shots into into the speaker next to him. The last
And,
3 in the revolver.
Raymond reaches into his own hand and shoots his fist.
And it muffles out the speakers, and the speakers are now like blown and non-functioning. And finally, there's silence.
Remember, do not let it get to you. Focus right here.
Breathe
Right
in.
here, Ray. Alright? You good?
Okay. Oh, I appreciate you trying to calm me down, but please look at the.
Yeah, no, oh, alright, you're right.
Thank you.
So Raymond and Oswald, where are you driving to? Back to your...
Back
just
to the,
home.
yeah, back to the rental so we can contact base. I can let them know what happened and they can get us the fuck out of this country.
Okay. And Peter and Vadim, you are also like heading back to your dorm.
I'm. Do you want to head to secret base or back to the dorm? I feel like one would be safer, but I also feel like one would be a bit strange.
I must ask what is going on in this madness. Please wait one moment. So Peter will look for, I guess, a nurse that's not too busy in the hospital and try and
Okay.
help him down.
They all look pretty pretty busy at the moment with these
Is,
people coming in. But there is
is
one
there?
that looks you can like kind of flag one down, and she's like very rushed and hurried, like, yes, yes, what
I'm,
is it?
I'm sorry, madam. May I ask, what is going on in this madness?
And she says, I don't know. We just started getting dozens of 911 emergency calls. Apparently, something happened at some grand opening at the Arkham Historical Society.
What?
That's really
what
all we know for right now.
have they said anything about some kind of figure?
And she says, figure? No. Do you know something about this?
Yes. Hold on one moment. And he pulls out his sketch pad and shows her the sketch. This, we saw this.
And she says, yes, yes, I'm sure you did. And begins to kind of like slowly back away from you.
What does it mean? Did they say anything about this figure?
And as you're like shouting this, the woman's like, oh my god, and like runs off. As you're like, pointing at this picture and like shoving the book in her face, like, did they say anything about this? She just freaks and runs the opposite direction.
Peter, I don't think that we are going to get any information out of them.
We'll have to.
I would like to know more about this though. Possibly, maybe the police would know more, but I'm afraid to go to the police because if they think we are crazy, they may lock us up.
What do you think we should do then?
I wonder if there is anybody here in a well enough mental state to converse with us.
Do you mean we should check around the hospital?
Possibly. I don't think they would let us though.
Currently at this point, the hospital is a circus. There's people running around. There's people being like gurneyed in. It's just madness.
I don't think we'll get anything from these people. Perhaps we should call Dr. Morgan.
Oh yes, that may be a good idea.
I think you should call him. You're better in these machines than I am.
All right. Shall I ask if there is a phone we can use at the hospital, or shall we go back to our dorm?
We should probably head back.
All right. And like I start running towards like where our dorm is, and then I get winded and then start walking.
Yeah, Peter will follow him.
Okay. And you do and make it back to your dorm. And that's where we'll pick it up next Saturday.
Alrighty.
Hey,
All right.
that was such a good session.
Thank
That
you
was
for
something.
thank you for playing. Thank you for watching. Have a happy Halloween.
And make sure to check out our
Happy
Patreon.
Halloween.
I'm scared.